I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack. But when my sister brought Doug home, I knew he was one of my own. And my wolf pack, it grew by one. I was alone first in the pack, and then Doug joined in later.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
Zane's wife saw their son's unit, and she was amazed at how big it was, and he's 14. Yeah. So we were just wondering if, when I was growing up, did you think I was massive, too?
You were huge.
Oh, God, don't say that. All right, get my mom on right now.
When Doug introduced me to you guys, I thought, wait a second, could it be? I just added 2 more guys to my wolf pack. 4 of us wolves, running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
It's time for the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
That was so much more awful than I've ever imagined it could have been. And when she said I was huge, I think I pooped.
It's Friday. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Free Beer, Hot Wings, and Eric Zane. Producer Joe here, Steve here. You can join us toll-free, 1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com. The flashback a little bit later looks back at a conversation with Prince Fred. Prince Fred von Anhalt.
Gosh, we haven't talked to him in so long.
It was real. I remember right. He was really weird the last time we talked to him. But not in the fun way that he was normally really weird.
Really? I didn't get that at all. I thought it was the opposite. I thought we expected him to be weird, but he was okay. What do you
Maybe
know?
that's what it was.
I think he was probably just pissed because he'd had $10 million stolen from him.
That's what it was.
We brought up that. He was a Madoff scam victim.
Yeah. And that's right, because at the beginning of the interview he said, it's no big deal, it's only money. And then at the end he was getting it was just weird.
Yeah.
Well, this was this flashback today is one of the more normal conversations that we would have expected to have with Prince Fred. A conversation like this with anyone else that you might know, you'd think they were on drugs or something. But in this particular case, he was behaving just as everyone would expect him. He is the husband of Zsa Zsa Gabor and pseudo-celebrity.
Just a hilarious character is all he is.
That's true.
Yeah, we've had a lot of clips from him over in the past. This man is lying his head off.
Classic.
It's so awesome to hear his crazy accent.
Mm-hmm. So, mentioned last week that ESPN is doing that 30 for 30 thing. Joe, I think it was you who watched the first one, the very first week. It's 30 documentaries about 30 different topics over 30 weeks. It wasn't you, Joe? Maybe Steve.
No.
The one about the band, and the band played on, about the Baltimore Colts band that never broke up even after the Colts moved to Indianapolis in the middle of the night.
The Baltimore Colts band?
Yeah, like they had a marching band.
Okay, so back in the day, in whatever years it was, they would have that on like a pro team with a marching band. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And so then when the Baltimore Colts left in the middle of the night and moved to Indianapolis, the band apparently played on. Now, I didn't watch that one because for some reason that seemed not interesting to me.
It was not.
I don't know why, but it just seemed like, all right, well, good for you. Your team moved and you still get together to play your brass and your woodwind instruments. Good for you.
That doesn't sound, I was in marching band, and that doesn't sound interesting to me.
It was a bunch of 40 and 50-year-old men crying every time they would hear the pep song and say, "Oh, I wish we had a team again," for like 10 years until they got the Ravens.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
No.
Well, the last two that I've watched have been fantastic. The one last week was about the USFL, sort of the rise and the fall, and how it was nearly 100% Donald Trump's fault that the USFL didn't make it.
Yeah.
At least that was the perspective. And last night, I watched one that was, I think it's on Tuesday or Wednesday nights, that was about something I didn't really know anything about, and that was the Ali-Larry Holmes fight.
I saw this one.
I
watched this the other day, too.
That was a bummer, wasn't it? On some levels.
Well, you had an aging Ali, 38 years old, fighting a 30-year-old Larry Holmes, who had yet to break into the career of promoting video game boxing.
Yeah.
The Don King video about the boxing. And, but yeah, it showed Ali kind of falling apart
And it seemed like everyone around him knew it, including his fight doctor. Is it Ferdy Pachenko?
Ferdy Pacheco, yeah. The fight doc.
He kept telling Muhammad Ali, you're digging your own grave. Every fight you have, he told him after the Thrilla in Manila, every fight you have after this, you are doing permanent damage to yourself.
Yeah.
And so they show him, they had all this amazing footage from 1980 at Muhammad Ali's boxing training camp in the middle of Pennsylvania, some deer camp in the middle of Pennsylvania where they all lived in cabins and then they'd go box. And there's hundreds of people around him every day. And he, like, you know, when you see the old footage of Muhammad Ali, he appears graceful, quick-witted, always appeared energetic. And then in this, when you're watching it, he looks like he has, and I don't think it's just that he looks. I think he did have the beginning symptoms of his Parkinson's.
See, I didn't catch that in his dealings with the people that he talked to, the fans. It seemed like he still had a twinkle in his eye, and he was making cracks, like he's calling himself, because he had a big mustache for the time. This big, and he goes, like my mustache, you're going to call me Dark Gable. You know, he's making cracks like that. You know, he's always being a clown. He was really goofy and taking his picture with people, and he would never stop doing that.
Yeah.
But then...
It was a little slurry, though. Just a little.
I
not like now.
That because I was looking for it, too, but I didn't see it. But maybe I didn't see enough. But I did notice how out of shape he looked, because he had gotten kind of doughy, and then he supposedly lost it. But even for just losing it, they didn't train like the way they do now. So a 38-year-old guy in boxing, if he takes care of himself, can be in terrific shape.
Yeah.
Not Ali, man. I mean, he had man boobs. It was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
And he just didn't dance anymore. And Larry Holmes beat the holy hell out of that guy.
Yeah. Holmes was turning around to the ref and giving the ref the look like,
I remember.
Why don't you step in?
I was 10 then,
wow.
And I remember watching that
it.
fight. When it was
I only knew it from just the documentary that I watched.
Because back then it was just, I remember saying, "Oh, it's the Big Ali comeback, Big Ali comeback." He's fighting some loser nobody's heard of.
Yeah.
But Larry Holmes was as devastating as any heavyweight there's ever been.
At one point, he was 48-0 in his career and had just bombed people. And when they fought, Ali had been retired for 2 years. He had walked away, and they came to him and they said, "Champ, $8 million. By the way, Holmes got $2 million for that.
Isn't that crazy?
And they were friends. They had been sparring partners 4 years earlier.
Right.
But there was some stuff that was unintentionally funny in this episode. I think maybe because we've interviewed Larry Holmes, and then he also did that crazy interview with Milton. But they showed him, they had all this crazy footage from back in the day, but he was driving what had to be a red Cadillac with red leather interior. Everything was red.
And he's wearing
red. He puts in a blue cassette tape that plays a song about Larry Holmes, the world's greatest champion.
Because he's riding around Easton, because he still lives in Easton. He trained in Easton. He was Easton, Pennsylvania, a small town. And it was just so crazy. He's going around this little burg listening to what no doubt a local artist made was a Larry Holmes song.
So he's listening to a song about himself.
Did you see the whole episode of the documentary? Because there was one thing in there.
About 15 minutes to go.
You might have seen it then. They at one point he's going home from sparring and from working out that day and training for the Ali fight, and he's being followed by a couple of camera crews in cars.
Yeah.
And he picks up a car phone in 1980.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Now, I didn't realize they had car phones in 1980. But remember what phones looked like in the house in 1980?
Yeah.
And if you weren't alive or don't remember 1980, it looked like something you'd see in old TV, just that box on the... That's what it was, except it was on like the hump between the driver and the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And he just picks it up and he's on a handset with the winded cord going down and it's got a bunch of buttons. The next thing you know, I'm like, I didn't know that technology existed in 1980.
It did for Larry Holmes.
It did
for Larry
Holmes.
He got the video game button to boxing.
Hell yeah.
He talked in that documentary about how he was building his mansion.
Yeah.
for, I think they said $400,000.
Yeah,
It tells you how different times are. $400,000 back then bought you a house with a pool in it, 10 bedrooms with 12 bathrooms, and all this other stuff.
Wow.
You'd be hard pressed to make that happen.
Oh yeah, it was just
Yeah,
a
kind
huge
of.
house. Yeah.
But it was a crazy documentary. And then the crazy thing, the additionally crazy thing was, everybody talked about how this fight was terrible for Muhammad Ali, and then he came back 2 years later or a year later and fought Trevor Berbick and lost a 10-round decision to that. Now, Berbick wasn't the fighter that Larry Holmes was, but...
Man, yeah, it got so pathetic for Ali. I actually, yeah, you're right. I did feel bad.
Even when he was sparring, they were saying, Champ, why aren't you hitting anyone when you're sparring? Because all these young guys are coming in and they're throwing big punches.
They said he took his worst beatings while sparring. His worst beatings.
And he said he was trying to get used to taking the shots. He's trying to toughen up his arms and his kidneys. And the fight doctors, Freddie Pacheco said, well, you can't toughen up your kidneys. There's no such thing. You don't toughen up kidneys.
His kidneys were mush. They were like paper mache. He'd go to get renal exams all the time. They didn't even work. They're all busted. He pees and kidney comes out.
They look like pancakes.
How about the fact that before the fight they had him go to the...
pee some kidney. Here, hold on. I float like a butterfly, pee my kidneys out. Oh, yeah.
They had him go to the Mayo Clinic for 2 days of neurological testing, and they said that he had an anomaly where he would miss his nose on a low percentage of times when asked to touch his nose with his finger. He failed several other neurological tests. And they said, it's just an anomaly in his brain. It doesn't have anything to do with the damage he's taken from boxing.
No.
Go ahead and fight, champ. It's cool. There's so much money riding on it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. What a filthy game.
It is.
Filthy game. Coming up later on this hour, as we said, Prince Fred von Anhalt. Also, Hot Wings Zane, Joe, Steve, everybody. Don't you want to be more green in your life?
Gosh, it's a dream of mine.
Some tips to be more green in your sex life, because it's everywhere. This is very important.
Wow.
I'm sure we won't make fun of it.
Probably not. No.
That's next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Free Bear Word Scramble. Whoop, whoop.
Seems like a very not fruitful device. 1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. Hot Wings, you guys recycle, don't you?
Yeah.
A little bit?
A little. Yeah, I mean.
Then you guys do.
All right, we got a bin. You just throw it in the bin.
And then hope that the company that comes to get it puts it somewhere other than the rest of everything else.
Yeah, what happens is you fill up this bin, you take it out to the road, recycle guy shows up. I should say the company that we hire to pick it up shows up and then dumps it in with the trash, and then they throw it out, and then they charge me. But I feel better because I did my part. If you choose not to do yours, Mr. Garbage Man, that's solely up to you.
That's true. One does have to wonder sometimes.
Oh, they don't
really.
They don't recycle it. Come on.
I used to have a garbage guy that did that very thing. I'd watch him
they all
just pick up and just throw it into the same damn truck, and I go, well, what are you doing? I mean, now two different trucks come through at different parts of the day, and
because they're on. I mean, they know that it looks bad.
So at least it looks like they're recycling.
Yeah. Now you have to follow them to the landfill to see them put it all in the same place.
Right. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
recycling has never occurred ever. They always say things like, "This football field was made from recycled tires." No, it wasn't. It was made from plastic.
They made or they made new tires and then ground them up.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what happened. I mean, come on. NASCAR's going green. Did you hear about this?
No.
There is a story about how NASCAR is going green. Now you ask, how in the world can NASCAR go green? There is a new green initiative with NASCAR. You know, these cars get 5 miles of the gallon. I mean,
right.
Really,
right.
They get 5 miles.
Right.
They're putting a special insignia on their start flag with like a leaf on the green flag.
Yeah.
That's their start.
Wait, that's
I'm
it?
not
That's
kidding
that's
you.
the whole.
There's an article in USA Today about how the green flag is their new thing.
So when they say go green, it's really going green, but not because it's racing.
And they have a new branch of their organization. There's a green czar for NASCAR who says, "I know it's only a small step, but it's only going to get bigger from here." Now the haulers have to shut the motors off on the infield. If you're in a hauler and the motor's not off, and each track they have planted trees around the tracks.
Ooh.
That'll make all the difference.
Wow.
What a feeble pander that is.
That's the thing. I mean,
use the green flag as their thing, plant a couple trees, and shut the hauler off.
There are some things that inherently aren't green, and racing is one of them.
Right.
I mean, it's all right. Nobody expects you to be super green until the day where they manage to put electric power plants that are powered by solar inside the car. It's not going to be green.
Right.
It's run on fuel, racing fuel.
And then if they turn the engine off on the hauler, there's going to be people in there that want some sort of air conditioning. Are they all going to run generators?
Which is
it's not out of the question.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
I'm sure they were leaving the engine on for some reason. They weren't doing it just because they didn't think to turn it off.
If I were running NASCAR, I would turn the clocks backward and say, okay, no more racing suits, no Hans device, no helmets, no green initiative, nothing.
Yeah, back to the beach, ruin Daytona.
That's what we're doing. And shut down this track. We're going back to the beach. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
People will be on surfboards in the water watching the race.
We're going to let all of the fluids just wash right into the ocean and kill a narwhal or two. Who cares?
It's amazing to see that old footage of when they actually raced on the beach. It's amazing 100 people
nuts.
didn't die every time because people would be standing next to the track. Cars skid off and just go through a crowd of people.
And then when Tide comes in, takes the bodies out. I was like, no biggie.
Forget it, the fish will eat it. Mm-hmm. Those were the days.
Those were good days.
Well, this is probably no better than NASCAR's Go Green policy, frankly. But this magazine article had 3 tips, technically 4 tips, to going green in your sex life. No, I know this is very important to you.
God, to my knowledge, my sex life isn't that carbon negative.
You may leave a very big, sexy carbon footprint, Hot Wings.
I did not know.
You may not know. But if you're going to be more green in your sex life, you want to get cruelty-free sex toys.
Some are not cruelty-free?
Well, from these weirdos' perspective, yes, that is true.
What, do they test them on animals?
Yeah.
Well, sort of. Instead of buying a plastic novelty,
they just use garbage.
Use one.
Here, let's test this one. This dog doesn't like it. This dog, he loves this.
This
is a good one.
Yeah, he can't wait to have that happen again.
This thing is too big.
They're sexing that dog up with a burning whisk bottle.
Yeah, don't use that one.
No,
not very green at all.
This dog hates that. Don't ship it.
No, they say instead of buying a plastic novelty, Joe, you keep this in mind for Joe stunts. You're always buying those rubber fists and stuff. True. You should get one made of glass, stainless steel, or wood, something out of material that can be recycled. Wood.
I wouldn't want to use wood.
Yeah, a piece of pine.
Yeah. Flap splinters.
Yeah.
Flap splinters may be an issue. Yes.
Try new Fleshlight wood.
This rough sawn cedar was a real bad choice.
Instead of using a whip made of leather, get one made out of recycled inner tubes.
Well, shut up.
God,
kill cows.
Go to hell. You stupid idiot. Earthy people.
Some idiot is trying this.
Random columnist go to hell.
By the way,
can't say I disagree.
I mean, seriously, you're going this way. This is
hell. Why are you in hell? I suggested people recycle their dildos.
This is a stupider column than my double wrap bread commentary. I mean, honestly, it's like, where are you going with this? I mean, really, this is what you chose to go with, and on everything on Earth that you could go green with, you chose use old inner tubes for a whip.
By the way, we need to give some proper credit for the for go to hell, because you know what? It's old, but it works. It still works today. If you tell somebody to go to hell like that, I think it's always special.
It is. It packs a heavy punch.
Yeah, why don't you go to hell? Try that at school today, kids.
Oh, yeah. Your teacher needs to be told. Number 2, organic lube. Most lubricants contain chemicals found in antifreeze and oven cleaner.
So?
Yeah, does it work or doesn't it?
Massage oils and other lubes that you can get that are 100% organic.
Like it's going to go down the drain. It's going to get absorbed into your joint and mitt area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and even if it doesn't,
kidding.
I mean, how much is really going to go into the septic system?
I use a lot.
I mean, for God's sakes.
For those dry days.
Sometimes I bathe in it.
Yeah, well.
Number 3, this one's very important. Vegan condoms. Instead of standard latex Trojans, why not try another brand that replaces the dairy protein in latex with cocoa powder?
Well, what do they want to do?
So,
eat them?
Yeah, what do? You're like, oh, we're all done here. Let's chow this.
I don't know.
Oh,
Apparently,
what a snack.
Apparently, there are brands of condoms called Glide.
Yeah.
That are both vegan and cruelty-free. Again, apparently not tested on animals.
Oh, man.
Well, thank God.
And they said the number one way to protect the planet in your sex life, this is the 4th one, is simply wrapping it up or using birth control so you don't have children, because the overpopulation of the planet is one of the biggest problems with destroying the planet from this hippie.
Mm-hmm.
This person who suggested these things has never had sex.
No.
That's how this person is saving the environment.
No.
I don't think that's out of the question.
No.
I think that's very reasonable.
Yeah, because that's what I want to think about when I'm getting it on, is how to be more green.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about just completely losing my mind.
God, I hope this rubber is vegan.
Who thinks about... I don't think about anything during sex. I think about animal things and crazy potty mouth and moaning and groaning and grinding. I don't think about, this rubber needs to be organic. That's stupid.
What if this puts it in your mind now and you can't get this stuff out of your head?
It will.
The next time you're doing it, you're absolutely going to think about this discussion.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
1-800-947-3979. Flashback in a few minutes. Prince Fred von Anhalt. That is next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 1-800-947-3979.
Get off my phone, you little pinhead! Get off it!
Check out the website, freebeerandhotwings.com. Blogs, pictures, videos, all sorts of stuff. We'll put up a lot of videos at freebeerandhotwings.com that we forget to talk about on the air. That maybe we don't play the audio for it or whatever, but it's something that one of us or all of us saw that we thought was funny, that we put up in the video reel at freebeerandhotwings.com. So it is worth a stop to freebeerandhotwings.com every day. Hell, right now, if nothing else, go just to see the pictures in the slideshow of crazy half-beard guy and some of the other stuff that's in there.
Yeah.
Flashback today, Prince Fred von Anhalt. It's star time.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Sweet. One of the finest, I don't know what he is.
He's a prince.
He's a prince.
Finest pseudo-princes ever.
Well, he actually is a prince of something. I'm not
Actually, technically, I was reading about it.
Oh, good.
It's a name. He's not a prince of anything.
Wait a minute. I thought he was adopted by, like, a queen.
He was.
He
was adopted by someone who is nobility. But that doesn't make him nobility, and the name it's sort of like your Mr. Eric Zane. He's
not from the
more
bloodline.
akin to a title than, or not even a title. It's just sort of the way it's pronounced.
Well, in my world,
nonetheless, he's
a prince.
The husband of Zsa Zsa Gabor and a whole bunch of other stuff. Prince Fred, welcome, Prince. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, Fred. Very good.
How's the weather over there?
Beautiful. I just came out of the garden. It's beautiful outside.
Really? What do you do in the garden? You just kind of like, is it wildflowers or vegetables?
In the garden, I have a beautiful big garden. As a matter of fact, I have the big roses. All my neighbors are jealous of my roses. And you know the secret?
What's that?
Oh, I hate to tell you because you won't like it.
What is it? Poo?
Now, every morning at 7 o'clock, I go out with my dogs and take a leak. My dogs are going to pee on the tree, and I pee on the roses. That is why I have the biggest roses in town.
Really? You pee on your roses, huh?
I pee on my roses because roses need lots of acids,
Yeah.
That's for the men who are listening now on your station. They should go and pee on the roses in the morning to make their wives happy. The roses get very, very big.
What about then? They don't pick up any of the scent over time, do they, by growing in the soil that's covered in urine?
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's just fertilizer. That's all.
It's beautiful.
Sure. No, that's true.
Now, Fred,
anyhow, I live in a place nobody can look in,
Yeah.
Except Quincy Jones, of course. Quincy Jones, his girlfriend once made a big trouble years ago,
Really?
I used to go out at 6 o'clock in the morning, Now I do it at 7 o'clock, and she complained that, she sees me sometime running around in the nude in the garden. I said, why do you get up at 6 o'clock? Get up at 7, or you don't see me anymore.
See, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So Quincy Jones's girlfriend was complaining about seeing you run around nude?
Yeah, she was seeing me run not in the nude, but peeing on the roses.
Right. Now, isn't Quincy
Yeah,
Jones's daughter is the woman that played Karen on The Office, right?
Yeah. But that was his girlfriend, not his daughter.
Sure.
Right.
Wow, that's something, Fred. Man, well, that's good that you got the roses going.
My roses I got, my garden are beautiful. I love that in the morning. It's beautiful here.
I bet.
Nice and sunny, and it's beautiful. Just to be. I get up very early. I love to get up early.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Fred, who are your neighbors? You have Quincy Jones on one side. Who's on the other side, or who's in back?
Quincy Jones is on one side. On the other side, I have an Arab prince from Kuwait. He's actually not a very nice guy. He always complains because he's down in the hill, and he's down, and up in the hill, and I can look into his house. I can see everybody getting in and out, especially in the night when they come with the limousines and bring all the girls there. I see everything, and he's mad with me. He hates that.
So
he couldn't get a better space, He couldn't be on top,
Right.
Yeah, so he's a little irritable.
He's mad because you can see them sneaking women in and out of his house, right?
I can see anything if I want to, but I don't do that. I'm busy myself, so I don't have time to look at it.
He's mad because he's small potatoes on the block. I mean, with you, your excellency, living right by him. I mean, he's probably jealous, Prince.
Well, he's a prince too. He's a Kuwaiti prince.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
No, he doesn't have the same kind of style, though.
Yeah.
My wife said always, everybody in these countries who had more than 10 sheep could call themselves prince.
That's true. Prince Frederick von Anhalt joins us. He's our connection to Hollywood. Prince, we noticed we saw you on TMZ not too long ago after a court case, and we're wondering not so much about the court case, but what is it like being followed around by the paparazzi like that? That's got to be, because for the rest of us, that's an unheard of experience.
Well, the thing is with the paparazzis, lots of people make mistakes, They try to attack them, they complain and things like that. When I have paparazzis around me, I just talk to them fast, I have already all the answers, ready when they ask, I just talk to them fast and that's it. If you talk to them fast, you get rid of them. If you don't talk, you always have them around you till they get a couple of questions answered. That's what they need. They live on it. They need the pictures. And let's face it, most of the guys here in Hollywood, they depend on the paparazzis. They don't want them to take pictures. They don't want them to do anything. On the other side, they want a picture in the newspaper,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, they feed the machine.
So they depend on those people. It's always stupid when I hear, they attack a paparazzi and things like that. Naturally, I attacked a paparazzi once in Beverly Hills, but that was not for me. That was for my wife, taking my wife in a wheelchair. She was very upset, taking her out of the car, put her in the wheelchair, and then a paparazzi comes and puts the camera right in her face. That makes me mad.
Yeah, that's rude.
I think that serves whatever they got, they had coming to them.
Otherwise, when paparazzis, you have to walk with them. But naturally, if they take pictures on the beach and showing a fat, ugly ass, of a woman, and she gets upset, well, she shouldn't get upset because it's her own ass, If the ass is fat and wrinkled, she should take care of it.
Yeah,
make it nice and smooth. There are lots of things to do.
Now, Prince, I take it by that statement that you're into nice, trim, firm asses as opposed to big, fat, gnarly asses.
Well, I tell you what, I'm really, people who let themselves go so much, getting fat and things like that. I really don't like those people.
No,
I don't have respect for those people, you know.
They're pigs.
You can do so many things with your body. If you have a little discipline, you can do anything with your body.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's funny because that, as Free Beer mentioned in that court case, the scenario, it was Zsa Zsa, a previous husband of Zsa Zsa's, was a Hilton, correct?
Well, yeah, it was a Hilton. Naturally, the case was dismissed, but we filed a new case. It's going in court next week. It's a Hilton, yeah, and funny, you know, all the Hiltons, they talk about millions, and they have millions. Look at Paris Hilton and all the others. And here's a girl, you know, it's a Hilton, you know, she runs around like a back lady and has nothing.
No kidding.
Which I don't believe, you know, they always complain they have nothing. As a matter of fact, you saw on TV probably, and her lawyer argued in court, you know, said she can't pay the lawyer's fee, he does it pro bono, and she doesn't even have money to buy food. Well, if she has money to buy food, then I ask myself, why is she so fat?
I think that's a good question.
That is a good question.
I mean, really.
I've seen National Geographic. Poor people are skinny.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I think poor people are scared. But anyhow, those are people, they don't have discipline, they let themselves go, and I don't respect them.
Trashy.
They are trashy, Prince, and that's a good thing you don't hang out with those riffraff.
Unless somebody is really sick, you know, and can't do anything with their body. But most of the people, they eat like pigs. When I see people eating, I get sick when I see that.
Now, Prince, what do you do to stay in shape? Maybe jazzercise or some other...
Well, listen, I do lots of exercise, and I not only eat with my mouth, I eat with my eyes too. I look what I eat, you know, and I read when I buy something, I read the calories and everything and how healthy the food is. You can do that. Mm-hmm. You can eat very well, you know, you can eat very well and you can eat lots of food.
Yeah.
But
do you like to eat pie?
If you eat what?
Do you like to eat pie?
Are you out of your mind or what? I don't eat things like that.
No? You don't eat pie?
My wife. Listen, I always joke with my wife since we are married now since 21 years.
Yeah. Right.
Every year when it comes to this time of the year, I said to my wife, I want a pumpkin pie.
Yeah, well, Zsa Zsa will offer you her pie.
I always tease her with that. She said, you don't want a pumpkin pie because it looks like shit. I don't want to, and I always tease her. I would never touch it because it really looks like shit, you know.
Yeah, well, obviously.
That's all true.
Oh, Fred.
Oh, my
God.
Oh, man. Friends, we're talking about the Hiltons. I don't know do you ever watch David Letterman?
Yeah.
Did you see the episode where he had Paris on and kept making her talk about the jail experience?
Listen, I know Paris Hilton when she was 3 years old. She was sitting on my leg, you know, and I played with her, you know. So I know her very well. Well, she's not that highly educated, and you know, it's everything is show, you know, what Hilton does, but she is not educated, and she's trying her best, you know, and if people pay for that, if she can cash it in, good luck to her. I love it, you know.
Yeah, heck yeah. Use what you got, right?
Yeah, of course. Use your ass, use everything as long as you can cash in on it.
I think that's a great point.
Prince, you are wound up today, man. It started out great when you told us about you urinating on your roses.
Well, I had a good morning already. I was swimming already for half an hour. I had a good morning.
You are not letting us down.
I'm never mad. I'm never down. I'm never miserable. I'm always good, in good shape.
Well, that's great.
That's it. Nobody can put me down.
Prince,
that's right.
You're such a cool guy. If I ever come out to L.A., we got to hang out, man.
Yeah. Can we send Joe out, and then you and him can maybe go out and look for bitches?
There are lots of bitches around. Don't worry. It's full of them over here. It's full of them over here.
All right.
It's fun. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. The weather is nice. It's always nice, you know. The climate, you know. The climate should make everybody happy out here.
Yeah,
I think so.
Well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna buy Joe a plane ticket, and he's coming over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got some.
You can come anytime. We have enough space. You can come have a drink. I always have good beer, wine here. Big, good sausages, everything here.
Oh,
Joe's got very acidic pee too, so he can help your roses.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
And we can't train him to go inside anyway, so it'll work out perfect.
We can have a big shower fest.
Prince Frederick von Anhalt. Prince, we appreciate it. Always good to talk to you. Best of luck, and we'll look forward to talking to you again, okay?
You're welcome.
Yeah, please say hi to Zsa Zsa for us. Hope she's doing well.
I will.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
It is Fred.
Okay, bye.
Joe,
you guys can sword fight.
You in his garden peeing on the roses.
I'm doing it.
I know you are. Let's plan it right now.
That's my next vacation.
You've got Joe Buck saved up, man.
I know.
You could buy
a ticket.
You could buy a ticket today. We'd have to buy it for you, and you would go just call Fred and go, "Hey,
Fred, have the rolls
here.
at LAX. Have them pick me up, and I'm coming over."
What if
what bus gets me to your house?
You show up on one of those Tour of the Stars.
What if you were out on one of his adventures and you two were tied up nude to a steering wheel with Fred von Anhalt?
Okay, if you're going to lie to the police and the paparazzi, let's go, Joey. Get out of my garden.
We should
I
pay
throw you.
for Gary to go, too, so he can document it all on camera. He'll be your camera guy. Oh, dude.
I think that guy needs a reality show.
He does.
He does. He's hilarious.
What an idea. We are dishing out ideas left and right for the creative people who make reality shows. I guarantee you he's going to get proposed a show based on these conversations.
There are no creative people who make reality shows.
There might be one.
Yeah. Just the people in charge of making them.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, the people who are creative work on other good shows.
Every time we talk to him, it's like each conversation tops the previous one. I don't know how the hell he does it.
I don't know. I love him.
The fact that the first thing out of, I'm happy I pee on my roses.
I know. He'll talk about everything or anything and make it interesting.
He has a weird life.
He does.
There's no question. Prince Fred. That was the golden era of Prince Fred.
It really was. Yeah, we need to talk to him again. It's been a long time.
And what's the difference? We talk to him once a month. He didn't remember us. It's not going to matter if he doesn't remember us after a year.
Oh, of course.
However long it's been.
He'd never remember us.
Occasionally, I see a story, and I think this probably happens to everyone at some level, and you hear it because obviously when you watch the news, there are a lot of horrific stories about the ways people die. But every once in a while, I personally, and I think this happens to everyone, I see one and I go, oh God, it's terrible.
Uh-huh.
And this one was on in the kitchen yesterday when I walked in to grab something out of the fridge.
Here at work?
Yep. And it's the story, and I saw it in print today, and it reminded me of it, of 19-year-old Taylor Mitchell. Did you hear about this, the 19-year-old folk singer from Canada?
Oh, I just read that story.
Oh,
yeah.
God, this is...
Yeah, it's a bummer. That's what it is.
She went hiking in Nova Scotia's Highland National Park when a pack of coyotes surrounded her and attacked her.
Uh-huh.
And that's how it ended for her.
Oh, that's it.
Battling a pack of coyotes.
Yeah, they tore her up.
Okay. Man.
I wouldn't want to be ripped apart by animals.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
no.
The only good way I can think of to die is, frankly, in my sleep. But that's one of the worst ways I can think of dying, is getting ripped apart.
Oh, dude.
The idea that's that you're just walking.
Sometimes dogs or people hate you for no reason.
They're actually testing some of the coyotes to try to find what the reason is. So far, scientists aren't stumped and believe that sometimes there is no reason.
Have you seen that show on, there's a network called Planet Green? It's some stupid network.
Planet Green?
There's
a network?
That's what that Sal Salome thing that we had, that show, that TV show was on.
There's not even any commercials during the breaks. It's just the same promo over and over again. It's like their idea, they're like running out of green programming, so they do things like air the Incredible Hulk over and over again because he's green. I'm not kidding. They have a stupid show where a guy lives with, it's called Werewolf Man or something like that. Some show, I don't know. It's like another guy, one with nature, and he's got a preserve full of coyotes and wolves. It was actually wolves. And it sucks.
Just a matter of time until he's torn to pieces like the Timothy Treadwells of the world.
Maybe not, though, because he's raised them from birth so they know nothing but to love him.
Oh.
So he goes over, and you think it's going to be vicious coyote, and the thing just rolls on its back and goes, it's a dog. It's like a beagle. It's like, chasing his tail and rubbing his ear with his paw.
They're like, this wild coyote is dangerous at any moment. It's got a Kong.
It's
filled with peanut butter.
It's playing fetch. The guy's acting like he's some mountain man. He's surrounded by fencing. The dog's got an invisible fence on.
You can check out freebeerandhotwings.com. Always new stuff going up at freebeerandhotwings.com. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
It's time, isn't it?
The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show with Eric Zane.
Bike, swim, run, looking kind of dumb. When I ride a road bike, my joint gets numb. Heading on the road, kicking my legs, looking like a hobbit just to finish the race. I'm a little fella, just gonna try to run that race and maybe get by. Head out on the swim, stroke to stroke, looking for a girl that says no poke. On the bike, ride through transition. I like fishing. Easy rhyme on the microphone. Looking for a rap and a girl to bone.
Producer Joe.
Amy Winehouse, she can't rap, but neither can I. They both sound like crap. Look at me in my stupid booth. I got big old donkey tooth. That is stupid. It doesn't make sense.
Hot Wings.
Trying to work in words like Forte ain't so easy, it sounds kind of gay. My name is Hot Wings. I like to rap. This is not good. It's crap.
Yeah. As soon as you said rap, I knew you were destined to say the word crap because Joe had said it.
Yeah.
And what else are you going to do?
Yeah, what else rhymed?
Free beer.
I knew when I said everybody takes a turn that someday this would turn to the king of burn. Now it's my turn. I started out real fast, but this rap is made of glass. I'm gonna fail. It'll be real soon, but I think I've gone far enough to make my wife do a swoon.
And Steve.
Subject matter, Steve.
I'm the new guy. My name is Steve. When I sneeze, I wipe my nose on my sleeve. I have any idea what to say, so I'm just going to say that Zane is gay. That's all I got, so I'm going to go, and this is the worst thing that I've ever done.
Heard on the show.
Heard on the show. You could have finished real nice.
That was a good try.
That was terrific.
We all suck.
The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
It's Friday. It's the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Free Beer and Hot Wings and Eric Zane. Thanks for joining us. Sporting the Now Challenge comes up in 18 minutes. We'll see what of the many handicaps on the Wheel of Handicap I'll have. The end of the hour, somebody goes and gets revenge on their significant other in a way that a lot of people have heard about on the internet, but I don't think most people actually follow through with it, and that involves some sort of pornography. We'll have that, and also what Hot Wings thinks today. What is a holiday tree? You probably know. We'll get to that coming up. It is the I Can't Wait to Talk About Blank segment, whatever might be on your mind. 1-800-947-3979. Hot Wings, Zane, Joe, Steve. You'll like this. No, you won't. Start you off with a math problem.
Great.
Oh, great.
Ready?
No. But yes.
We'll see who can come closest to the correct answer.
Can I use a pen and paper?
I would suggest that you would have to use a pen and paper.
Good.
You can use a calculator if you want, but it'd be better if you use your own paper.
All right.
The movie Paranormal Activity is being referred to as the most profitable movie of all time.
By the way, my son said to me the other day, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to see a movie Friday. What are you seeing?" Paranormal Activity. I go, "That's an R-rated film. What are you talking about?" "No, you're not going." He couldn't believe I laid down the law.
There's a lot of sex in that, isn't there, John?
No.
Oh, there's not?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. He's 14, and I don't want him seeing R-rated movies. And I go, just because you listen to the show doesn't mean you can go see R-rated films.
I like how he did the assumptive close.
I don't think you can get it. You can't get into one.
No.
If you're underage. Without a parent.
Yeah, somebody's got to get the tickets for you.
And then the NC-17 means, somebody has to get the tickets for you, but you don't have to be accompanied by a parent, but the NC-17 is you have to be over 17.
No.
You cannot.
NC-17 you can't even take in.
Right.
Rated R means you can take a kid in.
I got you.
Maybe they were
17, you cannot take a kid in.
Maybe him and his pals were going to do that trick where you buy tickets to one movie and then just walk into the one you want to see.
Oh, probably.
Maybe. I mean, it's not that hard to
did.
do the way that they take the tickets now. It's not like you do it right outside the theater door.
Yeah.
It's pretty
So it's
simple.
Round the corner, on the right, whatever.
Pretty easy.
Okay, so the movie cost $15,000 to make.
That's amazing.
It has made $65 million.
That's a pretty good return on investment.
What is the percentage return of investment? First one to figure it out wins absolutely nothing.
There is no way
Joe,
I'm doing that with pen and paper.
Joe, $65 million?
$65 million is the it's the amount it's made. What is the percent return? And I don't blame you for not doing it with pen and paper.
Best I can do is tell you how much profit total.
You're not even trying, Joe? You don't even know how to figure it out?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
But you're not alone, I
Get a
suppose.
calculator or a computer.
Well, if you use your computer, you can still figure it out. Percentage return.
I bet you I can do this.
Calculator is no big deal.
That's right. I just said, I bet you I can do this.
Steve, are you a math genius?
Absolutely not.
No?
Nope.
I'm going to take a guess.
Okay.
Is it 97,000%?
No, jerk.
97,500%.
Hot Wings is incorrect.
That's so wrong. Even I know that.
Joe?
434,000% return?
No.
What do you think it is, Zane?
I'm still working
Yeah,
on
okay,
it, but I
math
know
genius.
it's not it.
Steve?
I know that's not right.
Somewhere around 4,000%.
So Hot Wings says 97,500%. Steve says, quote, somewhere around 4,000%. Joe says 434,000%. Zane's still working on it.
You're looking at about
My calculator says boobs.
90.
Mine says loose. I turned it over. It says hello.
It's like 99.9990%. It's like that.
So nearly 100% profit.
It's like a 100th of a tenth off.
So it's
or like a 100th of a million.
I think what you're saying would mean that the movie made $14,999.
Yeah, you're
no.
Or 29,999.
99% profit.
99% profit would be just shy of double what they put into it.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be like $29,950.
Yeah. Way to go, math genius. No, seriously, Hippocrates, it's great that you made fun of the rest of us for our guesses.
One of you is right, by the way. Who's right?
I am.
Is it me?
It's not Zane. I already told Hot Wings he was wrong because I'm not good at doing things like this.
I'm embarrassed.
Joe or Steve? Steve, what was your guess?
Somewhere around 4,000%.
Your math, you didn't even come up with a number. Yeah. In your school growing up in Cinnaminson, were you allowed to just write, what's 4 times 7? It's around 30.
You just give a range.
That was how you did it?
Yeah.
Joe was exactly right. 434,000% is the profit margin on that.
This is amazing.
Nice.
That is crazy.
And by the way, if I had been doing it too, I like the fact that all of us are so bad at math that the answers ranged so ridiculously far apart. And I can't say that if I were doing it, mine wouldn't have been just as far off.
Yeah,
I might have gotten it.
I don't need math.
Yeah,
I don't need math to do this. Only people who have like jobs that aren't dopey like mine need math. I said to my kids, I go, when they struggle in math, I'm like, trust me, just do good in math and everything else will fall into place.
The Blair Witch Project was considered to be the most profitable before it. It cost $60,000 to make and earned $248 million.
I don't know how it only cost them $16,000 because I think that it would cost that in catering, in lighting. I mean,
for 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
I mean, well, there's
for cameras.
More than that, but
probably just borrowed them. People just donated it as a project, and
Or maybe they made a deal with everyone. You get paid on the back end if this takes off. You'll get paid, and people believed in the project.
I like the way that they deem it most profitable based on percentage, though, because Blair Witch obviously would still be way more profitable if you just subtract the amount invested into it and then how much they made overall. Because didn't you say that made like $275 million or something?
Blair Witch made $248 million.
48, and it cost them $60,000. So you cut off $60,000, they made a pretty huge profit compared to this. The other one's only made $65 million so far altogether. So even if it costs $0, it hasn't been more profitable. They haven't made more profits. It's just been percentage-wise more profitable.
Right.
Which I love how they spin that to make it sound like it's way more awesome than it. I mean, it's still super impressive. I wish I had invested $15,000 in anything and made $65 million in return.
I would be okay with that percentage return. Now they may end up, I'm guessing by the time it goes to DVD and everything, it will surpass Blair Witch.
Ultimately, it seems like that's pretty likely.
Mm-hmm. But either way, you could, if you're going to look at true profits, you might find that The Dark Knight or Titanic or one of those that just brought in like $1 billion worldwide truly probably made more profit. They probably made more money, just not as big as Howick said, as a percentage return.
The percentage isn't as good, but
Sporty Now Challenge comes up in the next segment.
You ready?
Yeah.
What happened last week?
I lost on the every other word.
Yeah, that was
tough.
But
I didn't care that I lost because it was so much fun trying to figure out what the hell they meant. State plays what? That was my favorite question.
That was a great one. State plays what?
1-800-947-3979. If you want to play, we'll need a contestant. We'll spin the wheel of handicap next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Howick Show.
Sure, you may think these guys suck.
They don't deserve to be educated. They're too far gone already. Imbeciles from birth until death. They don't deserve to have the right to vote. Their opinion doesn't matter.
But you're the one listening to them.
Check out the website, freebeerandhotwigs.com. Later this hour, what Hotwigs thinks. What is a holiday tree? That's coming up a little bit later on. Meanwhile, the Sportier Than Thou Challenge, handicapped edition.
Yeah.
You ready to spin your wheel?
I think I've lost like 3 out of 4 of the handicapped versions of these.
Really? I
think I only won guitar sounds when I was awesome.
There was a double one, too.
Yeah, I think I lost that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's okay, though.
I don't remember that either.
Free Bear's getting his wheel of handicap prepared.
Let me introduce our contestant first.
All right.
That I just hung up on because I wasn't looking at the button. Steve, would you get a contestant for us?
Person anyway.
1-800-947-3979. If Mike in New Jersey wants to call back, I'd love to have him. Sorry, Mike, not on purpose.
We get a contestant. Free Bear is preparing his wheel of handicap. You see, Free Bear won so many times that we decided it's just been too one-sided.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the wheel that we have and put on each spot on the wheel a handicap. There are 12 of them. Last week we had the first one. I'll describe every other word. That means of the questions I have, I cross out every other word and leave it to him to figure it out. Free Beer half points. It means if he scores 10, he gets 5. Double points. That means if the listener gets 2, they get 4. Free Beer less time. We take 10 seconds off. Joe distracts. Joe stands next to the Burn King and makes monkey shines at him, hoping to distract him as he tries to answer questions. More time. Listener gets 70 seconds. Free Beer water mouth. Free Beer puts a portion of water in his mouth. Not a lot, but just enough to make it difficult. He has to keep his head tilted back. If he spills a drop, he doesn't get that point. Intentional mispronounce. Free Beer has to intentionally mispronounce each answer. Guitar sound answer. Free Beer does a guitar sound before and after his answer. Free Beer 2 times, he answers twice. Free Beer fake orgasm voice, self-explanatory. And Free Beer answers like. If it lands on that, we then spin it again, and there is an impression that he has to do.
Here we go.
Who is it? Yeah. All right. And it lands on Free Beer half points. Always an uphill climb with Free Beer half points. It means he can get no more than 5. Right, Outwings?
That's correct. That is correct.
All right. Now we just have to get our contestant. What do we have?
This is Zach in Albany. Hi, Zach.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, Zach. Have you played before?
Yeah.
You have? Okay. How did that go?
I lost.
You did? Okay. Well, a lot of people have.
Yeah, most people do.
All right, Zach. Good luck.
All right, buddy.
Thanks.
Now, the last time you played, did you do at least reasonably okay, or did we beat the hell out of you for being an idiot who shouldn't have called in the first place?
No, I do reasonably all right. I don't remember exactly what it was, but
you don't?
No.
Okay.
That means we beat you up.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, Zach. Let us begin. Which of these so-called... Let me start over. You good?
I am good, yeah.
Which of the two so-called Bash Brothers set the single-season mark for rookie home runs with...
McGuire.
Yes. What sport other than football was Bengals running back Cedric Benson drafted in?
Ooh, basketball?
No. What Big Ten school did Bob Greasy attend?
Oklahoma.
No. Counting his current team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, how many pro teams has Shaquille O'Neal played for?
Pass.
What is the tennis Grand Slam event played in England called?
Wimbledon.
Yes. Name the oldest NBA team to never appear in the NBA Finals.
The Washington Wizards?
No. What NFL team was the first to win 5 Super Bowls?
Dallas Cowboys.
No. What school did Packers wide receiver Donald Driver attend?
Oregon State.
No. What historically successful college basketball team was once banned from defending its title as a result of the Vincent Askew debacle?
Kentucky?
No. What now deceased journalist wrote The Paper Lion about his playing experience with the Detroit Lions?
Pass.
Counting his current team, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Time.
All right. He said Oregon State, didn't he? I think
Yeah.
he said Oregon. He didn't say the answer.
No, he said
okay.
Oregon.
All right. How many? What do you got?
2.
Wow. That's miserable. But, you know, you never know.
I thought I got that Shaq question in time.
Okay.
It didn't matter. You were wrong.
Yeah, you didn't.
I
You
think.
didn't get it right. You
4?
said 4, and that's not true.
That's not.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, so just hang on there.
So.
As El Matador will, we will now get him, and he is dealing with half points. Joe, Joe, could you open the door?
Yeah.
And scream out El Matador's name as loud as you can in a high-pitched, hilarious voice, and maybe Stupid will be on the air and it'll bleed through on his dumb radio station.
No, he's not on yet.
That's all right. No one's listening anyway.
Lazy bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, take that. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Had a good time? How was your time away?
Great. I went to the bathroom.
You did?
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Talk to anybody?
Nope.
Did you happen to lift the lid in the men's room?
Yes. How does it get there?
Joe.
How can
Yeah,
debris stick to the bottom on the underside? I have been going number 2 for 36 years, and I don't know how the physics happen that it goes down, left, and up to the bottom of whatever you call it, the seat.
Somebody unloaded a monstrosity, and the splash of brown came onto the underside of the lid, and it's become a drippy mural. Oh.
That's really remarkable. That is amazing.
The things we
how
have seen
that
here.
happens.
Surely, though, nothing will ever be as bad as that dollop.
Yeah, there was
Oh, yeah, the dollop.
That Hershey Kiss.
Oh, that was bad.
That's pretty
appeared
bad.
out of nowhere.
That was pretty bad. Remember, like
blame
2 weeks ago, and I dragged you into the ladies' room to
show
go,
me.
hey, look at this. What's in the bowl here?
The things, man.
Dragged you into the ladies' room.
Yeah, well, it's labeled women, but it's basically a unisex because it's a one single stall, so
Sure.
we share it. And I went in there one day, and all I was going to do was pee, and you wouldn't have believed the disgusting streak that was in there that somebody left behind. It was crazy.
This is pretty gross again today.
This place is disgusting. God.
All right, El Matador, are you prepared?
I am.
Okay, let us begin. Hot wings?
Yes.
Timer?
You bet.
All right. Which of the two so-called Bash Brothers set the single-season mark for rookie home runs?
Mark McGuire.
Yes. What sport other than football was Bengals running back Cedric Benson drafted in?
Baseball.
Yeah. What Big Ten school did Bob Greasy attend?
Purdue.
Yeah. Counting his current team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, how many pro teams has Shaq played for?
5.
Yeah.
What is the tennis Grand Slam event played in England called?
Wimbledon.
Yeah. Name the oldest NBA team to never appear in the NBA Finals.
Pass.
What NFL team was the first to win 5 Super Bowls?
Pittsburgh.
No. What school did Packers wide receiver Donald Driver attend?
Miami.
No. What historically successful college basketball program was once banned from defending its title as a result of the Vincent Askew debacle?
Kentucky.
No. What now deceased journalist wrote The Paper Lion about his playing experience?
George Plimpton.
Yeah. Name the oldest NBA team.
Clippers.
Yeah.
And time.
How many total did he have?
7.
So would you do some math for me? Because I apparently can't. And tell me how many points he would have if we gave him half of 7.
Half of 7 would be 3.5.
That's enough, because our caller sucked.
Because Zach is retarded and only got 2.
Zach, you lost when we played the regular way, and now you've lost when I got half the points as you for correct answers. Clearly, you're pathetic and shouldn't be playing this game.
I'm terrible, man. I think it's the timer that messed me up, but I sucked anyway.
Hey, Zach, have you ever heard of an intervention?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I should probably get one.
Let's have one now.
Yeah, right now.
I am going to intervene in hopes that you will never, ever call this radio show again to play this game.
Do not ever talk about sports.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe talk about dolls or something.
Don't do it, yeah. Stick to feminine things that you're good at, like sticking things in your keister.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Which is obviously a very popular female thing to do.
All chicks dig that.
Zach, practice right now. Which doll is in your keister?
Yeah. Put a doll in your butt.
Zach, thank you.
Sure.
Get out of here, you idiot.
He just laughs, loser.
1-800-947-3979. What were some of the other answers? Sorry.
Oh, man. I should have not crumpled that up.
Yeah, well.
Okay. You got Mark McGuire. You got baseball for Cedric Benson, Greasy, Purdue, Shaq 5, Wimbledon, Clippers, San Francisco 49ers, first team to win 5.
Should have got that one.
Donald Driver, he went to school at Alcorn State.
Really?
That's right.
I had no idea.
School famous also for Steve McNair.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas successfully was historically they weren't allowed to defend their title as a result of a big
no idea.
Big problem with the NCAA.
Sort of scandal.
That's a hard one. And you got Plimpton, who played the dude who interviewed, it was like the psychologist for Matt Damon on Good Will Hunting.
You find it hard to hide the fact that you're gay. You putt from the rough.
It's all flustered.
What's a putt from the rough? I don't.
In a moment. A lot of people have had something go wrong with a significant other when they become an ex, and you want revenge, and some people take it, including a man from Murfreesboro, outside of Nashville, who did something a lot of people say they're going to do, and now he may go to jail for it. That's next. Also, what Hot Wigs thinks on the way. We'll get your revenge stories, 1-800-947-3979. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wigs Show.
I get paid a lot of money to tell you that this is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
A bouncer in Birmingham hit me in the face with a crescent wrench 5 times. And my wife's boyfriend broke my jaw with a fence post. So if you don't buy a trailer from me, it ain't going to hurt my feelings.
1-800-947-3979. You can use that phone number for any reason during the show, but specifically in this segment. Your revenge on significant others, people who are scorned as a result of lost love. Oftentimes go to great measures to get revenge, especially when they were scorned in a very unfair or harsh manner. You can send emails, too. I just don't know if we'll get it. idiots@freebeerandhotwigs.com.
Does Hotmail still work? Because
maybe. But if they're sending it to that email, it won't go to the Hotmail
usually
account,
that's the one that forwards it to Hotmail.
Maybe we just tell them until we get this fixed to send them directly back to the Hotmail account.
Yeah. We'll see. 1-800-947-3979. This story, we'll get to what Hot Wigs thinks at the end of this segment. A Murfreesboro man was sentenced to 2 years of probation after he pled guilty Tuesday to distributing sexually explicit Christmas cards of his ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I don't know why, but let me ask you this. What age would you think someone would be who would be arrested and put on probation for something like this? If you were just guessing.
20?
That was my guess. Would be
someone not very old.
In their late teens, early 20s, maybe 30.
Yeah.
How about 57?
Oh, yeah.
57 seems a little too old to be doing this. You probably should know better by that point. He was arrested in May in connection with 8 counts of unlawful photography against his girlfriend, criminal impersonation, and vandalism. He pled guilty to the charges of unlawful photography and criminal impersonation. The police states that he will be sentenced to 6 months in jail for the criminal impersonation charge. Given a suspended sentence, he'll end up being on probation. He was accused of taking photographs of his ex-girlfriend without her knowledge.
Oh, man, this whole thing is screwed up. I thought maybe it was like they had their own little stash, you know?
Oh, right.
Boy, yeah.
That happens from time to time.
Yeah.
How you've told me you fancied that and have tons of photography.
Yes.
And
gobs of it, yeah.
And I thought maybe that's what he was shooting for.
These showed his ex-girlfriend, obviously taken of her when she wasn't expecting it. It seems because her head would have been down in his lap, and she wouldn't have been making eye contact or looking up at a camera when he was taking these photos of her.
Okay. So things were good when he took those photos.
Yes. After a nasty breakup, Simmons then put the picture into Christmas cards and sent them to the woman's relatives.
Oh, boy. Oh, you can't. Come on, man.
Seriously? That's not fair game.
No. No, he should. He's getting what he deserves. It probably, maybe a little less.
Now, I don't know what she did. Maybe she did something really ridiculous. Or ridiculous is how that word is said.
Mm-hmm.
There's no SH at the end of it. Shh.
No, not.
Shh is negative. But other than that, I mean, what the hell? Who goes that far? It's too much trouble. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. A lot of time revenge on the ex, even if they were an awful, awful person when they broke it off with you or whatever, it just kind of makes you look bad.
Yeah, well, you just got to get over things. I mean, seriously. You can't do stuff like that, especially when you're 57. I mean, you don't know better by then.
Yeah.
And you loser.
Yeah.
For God's sake. Of course, I saw a picture of the guy, so, I mean, I'm guessing society doesn't expect much of him.
No, it seems he would benefit from low expectations.
Did it say her age in the story?
It didn't in this story.
I wonder if she was a young girl
or
a young woman.
1-800-947-3979. Randy.
Hey, guys.
What up?
You got revenge?
Yeah, so back in high school, the girl I dated all through high school, we broke up just before a big party where all my friends were at. And I get there, and she's sitting on this guy's lap that I know around the bonfire. And all the people are sitting there. So I walk up there, and everybody knows, they're all real quiet. And I walk up, and I go, "Hey, Mike, she likes it best from behind."
Uh-huh. That's very...
Everybody got a little angry.
That's it?
Well, yeah, in front of everybody.
Oh, yeah, but... Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
It's not really... I mean, it's kind of revenge, but I would guess
just
that everyone assumed the two of you were having sex already.
Yeah, that's just general jerkiness is all that is, really.
Well, yeah, I would expect we'd get more of that, but I don't know, maybe a little more creative.
Yeah,
this is
a little heavier.
Jimbo. Hi, Jimbo.
Hi, guys.
What up, buddy?
I think it's great, man. I just went through a really crappy divorce, and there's nothing bad enough for my ex right now.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, so
kudos to that guy.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. Let's get to the bottom of this, first of all. If without causing too much heartache and pain for you, was it terrible because she wanted to break one off and you because you caused her pain?
Okay. Sit down, guys. I caught my wife in Walmart parking lot with both legs in the air.
Get the hell out. How could that have happened? Was it just
man.
by
accident?
accident?
It's probably the sexiness of the surroundings.
Wait a minute. Were you following her?
Yeah,
Okay, so you had a hunch.
I kind of had a hunch. And so, I went in there. They were.
Oh, no.
After 20 years, dude.
Oh, wow. Well,
wow.
Then I actually, if I found out that you had sent a picture of her with her legs in the air, celebrating her 99-cent kiddie pool she just bought at Walmart, and you caught her, if I found out you sent that photo to her family, I actually wouldn't blame you. You'd still get in trouble, but I wouldn't blame you at that point.
Yeah, she don't have a clue what she did to me either. You know, we got kids and stuff too. So.
Wow, this is devastating. Now, did you like knock on the glass and she saw you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then they took off.
Oh no!
Trying to get dressed while they're driving.
Was it his car or her car?
Her truck. His truck. But
See,
I knew the guy.
It should have.
Of course, you always know the guy.
It should have been okay. Like if I were on a jury and you were brought up on some sort of charges, and they said, "Well, this man caught his wife in the parking lot, and then he smashed the windows out with a baseball bat and punched people in the mouth," I would have said, "Not guilty."
So what is my thing? What was your total revenge?
I haven't done anything.
Oh, you haven't.
Oh, it's too fresh. You like the idea though.
Okay, now how far are we removed from the divorce?
My divorce was final the 18th, but it was 9 months long.
Oh, God. Dude, sorry, man.
Yeah,
this is
about 20 grand later.
Yeah, this is
what
not,
a drag.
This is not good, man. This is a bummer. Don't do anything. Just let it go. Or maybe not.
Well, any ideas would be appreciated.
It's one of those things where you probably are better off just letting it go, but God, who could blame you for wanting to get some sort of revenge?
Just telling people what she did,
yeah,
and where, I think that's kind of enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, that's fairly embarrassing. And
do you want to give out her name and where she works? I'm just kidding. Don't do that. No, don't do that. You don't want to do that.
Who got the house?
We had to sell the house.
Oh, you had to sell the house. Well, wherever she's living now, this will make you feel good. Just get in your truck and do a nice big lawn job.
Yeah,
and then just be over with it. You'll feel good. You'll hear the throbbing of the V8 motor just tearing up the lawn, and then go about your business.
Hey, actually, Howie sold my house, and he did it in 3 weeks.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jimbo. 1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. Your revenge that you decided again. This is Terry in Nashville.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
Good, Terry. You got to be careful about how you tell this story. I'm looking at some of the details.
I know it's a little risky.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, basically, girlfriend broke up with me for another guy, and the next day, her car broke down on the way to go see him. So.
She called you, I bet.
Me up, of course.
Yep. Wow.
And, she was like, hey, can you come get me? I was like, okay, sure. So I go out there, grab her. She's like, hey, can you take me there? I was like, are you serious?
Wow, man.
She's like, yeah. I said, okay, well, the only way that I'm taking you out there, and this is jokingly, I said, the only way I'm going to take you out there is if you perform a act with your mouth on me. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. She was going to do a favor for you.
Right, I nibble your ear or something.
Yeah, and then she did it. And, basically when I got there, he looked at me and he was like, what's she doing here? She said, oh, he helped me. And he was like, oh, okay. And he gave her this huge French kiss. And I just wanted to be like, yeah, how does it taste?
Oh, you should have. You should have and then peeled out. Shot rocks on him.
That might be the best revenge I've heard.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I was smiling on the way home.
Yes, that's good revenge because that's just very, very good personal satisfaction that nobody ultimately you don't end up having retribution done to you. Nobody knows but you, but you can live with that forever knowing that he tasted that.
Thank you, Terry.
Oh, taste it.
Yeah.
The idea that she said, well, I'm seeing this new guy, but he's at work right now, or he can't come get me. You come get me and take me. No way.
Oh, boy.
1-800-947-3979. Jimbo number 2. Hi, Jimbo number 2.
Good morning, fellas.
Hey. Morning. What is your revenge?
Well, basically, we were both in the military at the time, and I had placed some phone calls to her work, and she was security, and so she was working night shift, so she basically had time to spend to talk to me. Well, she wasn't answering the phone. Come to find out, she was basically doing guys at work, and she was making rendezvous with these guys that she were her ex-boyfriends on the internet. I basically tracked these guys down. I make sure I called their wives. So those things, that was pretty bad because they both got divorces from that.
Oh,
and,
yeah, you were laying waste, man.
Well, I also made sure that they both got a copy of this fake lab report that I drew up that said that she had syphilis.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, boy.
That's elaborate.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah,
Very
now they're all
elaborate.
they're going and getting tested and telling the doc, yeah, I'm sure that I have it. I'm sure I do.
So you two both crashed and burned. Now you're not together, obviously.
No, obviously not, no. And to hell with a woman scorned. Don't mess with a man.
Ooh.
Yeah, really anybody that finds out that they're on the downside of that's going to have some real anger.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jimbo.
Oh, man.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Here's what Hot Wings thinks. Hot Wings. What Hot Wings thinks.
Free beer, Zane and listeners. So like most state capitals, Frankfort, Kentucky will have a Christmas tree this year. Only the governor isn't calling it a Christmas tree. He's calling it a holiday tree, and that's making people mad. Yeah. Now, personally, this doesn't make me mad because I'm a Christian or a Catholic. It makes me mad because it's stupid. Now, regardless of the historical roots of the Christmas tree, it has for eons been known as a Christmas tree and has been used as a symbol for Jesus' birthday. Governor Steve Beshear administration spokeswoman Cindy Lanham says the holiday tree reference is meant to be inclusive of Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's. No. Well, that's stupid. Does that mean we can put up a tree for any holiday? Halloween, Arbor Day, Columbus Day? Hey, everyone, come check out my Take Your Daughter to Work tree. I seriously doubt that a Hanukkah menorah is going to be called a holiday menorah.
Right.
And I don't want it to be. I don't need to feel included in a Jewish tradition. It's their thing. The only people who want a Christmas tree referred to as a holiday tree are godless sissies who think that no one should be allowed to enjoy anything that they don't believe in.
That's right.
As though putting up a well-lit, pretty Christmas tree is the government's way of telling atheists to go to hell. Please, if you don't like it, move somewhere else. These are the same ass clowns who think that all kids should get a trophy at the end of a sports season, or who think that everyone should get to participate in any activity they want, even if they have no business doing it. Maybe we should incorporate other animals into Groundhog Day to be more inclusive to non-groundhogs who feel left out. No one puts up a tree to celebrate Thanksgiving or Hanukkah or New Year's. You put up a tree for Christmas. It's called a Christmas tree, you penis. I'm Hot Wings, and that's what I think.
That's your new opinion from Hot Wings. More of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show is next. To get on with the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, have something interesting to say.
Embarrassment. I'm 56 years old and I'm a virgin. I'm sorry, technically.
Or be a huge idiot.
In a second, the latest Producer Joe stunt, the Are These Your Panties challenge. After this Joe stunt, we have to talk a little bit about the Friday Top 3 that's coming up later on today. It is unique. That's all I'll say it now.
It's going to be fun, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be sweet. Oh, dude.
It should be fun. Could be a little awkward.
It's going to be ridiculous.
I think we've thought about it enough that we've really honed it to. Well, at least I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I know mine. What I came up with for top 3, we won't say the topic yet.
Yeah.
I've thrown them out, started over, thrown them all out, started over.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I have too, and thought of some other things where I go, wow, this would be goofy, and it's such a stretch, but funny because it's ridiculous. But oh no, I just thought of something else. Yeah, so wait till you hear what we're doing.
We'll tell you what the Friday Top 3 is going to be coming up in a little bit. But right now, Producer Joe's Are These Your Panties challenge.
Well, hot.
Producer Joe's challenge today is the Are these your panties challenge? Hi, Joe.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
Sound subdued.
You're
Joe.
already sound whispery and creepy.
Yeah.
I feel creepy, but yeah, I'm whispery because I'm in here. I'm in the store.
You're in the store. Now, we're not going to explain the premise of what you're doing other than simply that it's the Are These Your Panties challenge for this first one, because I think the surprise for you, and I mean, it's not a complete surprise to you, but certainly the person you'll be talking to is a surprise, and for someone listening who doesn't know what the plan is, the surprise will be part of the joy.
Yeah.
Do you have a mark picked out?
Uh-huh.
All we'll say beyond that is that in one pocket you have a pair of... Would you call them sexy underwear?
Yes. Yeah, I would.
And in the other pocket you have a pair of granny panties?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Big bloomers.
Joe, are you have a mark picked out?
Morning. Yeah.
Ready when you are.
Excuse me. I know this is like a way odd question, but the other night I met a girl who worked here, but we were both severely drunk, and I think we may have made love. Are these yours?
Oh.
You're not my little devil. Are you sure?
Say, let me smell you.
Can I smell you?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
I trust you. Are you a squirter?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
It is definitely not you then.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh,
She's
God.
a squirter. She's squirting.
Joe.
What the hell?
What is wrong with you?
So what you're doing is if it's someone who may actually wear sexy underwear, you're holding out the gross granny panties, and if it's someone who has not worn sexy underwear for years or never, you're holding out the thong. Yes.
That's exactly what I did.
And you said, "Are you my little devil?" Does that mean that the thong you have has some sort of cute devil on it or something?
And and they say little devil.
Little devil.
Oh, little devil. Okay.
Whew.
Wow.
Joe, how'd that feel?
That was terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the next one, ask her if she'd like to try them on like Cinderella.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, make sure you use the phrase, "Are these your panties?"
Oh yeah, I do actually. This is like an odd question. I don't actually need to know where anything is. But the other night, me and a girl who worked here, went out and partied, like got really wasted, and something may have happened, but I don't remember her. So I was wondering, are these your panties? They're not. Okay. That's all I had to go by.
Say, if you were super drunk, do you think we would have maybe got busy?
Yeah.
I was asking her. Huh?
Uh-oh. Camera bust. She's onto it.
Yep.
Odd, isn't it?
Say these.
I don't know who that guy is.
Say clearly these underwear aren't yours because yours are in a bunch.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It is legit, though.
It is legit.
It's pretty legit.
I'm on a reality show.
As far as guys showing underwear to women and asking if they're theirs with a video camera following them, as far as that goes, this is completely legit.
How are you?
Yeah.
Did you and I party the other night? What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to find my lover.
I heard a man's voice.
I did too. I don't know. Maybe it was Rob.
Which way maybe that was at the other store.
Yeah, maybe.
Which way out of here?
He is so. Yeah. They did not take kindly to this at all.
Mm-mm.
No problem.
Wow.
Joe, you're receiving a good talking to?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely be compliant. Be a pushover. Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's how we deal with these.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I register? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I'm buying a bag of Husky wrestling bags.
What? Did you?
How are you guys? I'm good.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Hey.
Go ahead, Joe.
What? Oh.
Uh-huh.
This is an odd question, but did either of you two party with me the other night? Like go out drinking? Yeah. Are these your panties?
Oh my God.
No, I found them in my house. Isn't that crazy?
Joe, sniff them, and say, and then can I smell you?
Oh no. C-section scar.
C-section scar.
Oh God. That's all you can remember, huh?
Oh no.
No, that's my friend. He found some pennies too.
Yeah.
In my room.
So Joe, am I clear that you got kicked out, but you stopped to buy something on the way and then tried it one more time?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What the hell? Nice.
That is impressive, actually. You want
to
come back to the radio station, Joe?
Wait, are these your panties?
I guess he pulled out the grandmas.
Show the grannies. This chick digs you, I can tell.
Yeah, she wants to party.
Ask her if she wants to trade, Joe.
You want to trade?
Yeah.
You want to try them on, like Cinderella?
Joe, hit on her. Yeah.
What are you doing after your shift?
There you go.
Like Cinderella.
That's it, Joe. Run game.
Have you ever seen Cake Farts? We can go back to my place and watch it.
Oh, God,
it's a movie.
You should go, Joe.
Oh, God, have you seen
Joe. The music means
award-winning.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Can you guess what color
Yeah.
panties I'm wearing under here?
Yeah.
Are they blue or pink or purple? Are they polka dot or sheer?
He was so uncomfortable.
Producer Joe's Are These Your Panties challenge. I guess I've got an afternoon tomorrow available for apologies.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yikes.
That was
sweet.
That was something.
It's fantastic. You know that's happened.
No, I don't know if it has.
I don't
Not
know
the part
about
about going and finding someone.
Thing.
Anything that has happened.
Nope, I'm sure that's happened.
I don't think any of that has ever happened. That would probably be a first in my book.
Probably.
It's the latest Joe stunt.
Uh-huh.
They all had a very good sense of humor about it.
Right.
To their credit. A little bit later on this hour, in fact, in the next segment, according to a website, the 11 worst treats you could be handing out for Halloween. And we'll be getting your calls because you know there are people listening right now who have every intention of giving away crap, and they're proud of it.
So by worst, you don't mean health, you mean stupid.
Right. Because,
I mean,
you're not expecting great things from a health perspective on Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Every year we hear from on the TV, with whatever local news, and finally, and a dentist weighs in, or one of these morning shows, TV morning shows where a couple of hens sit around and talk. They'll bring a dentist in to talk about how that's a bad idea to give candy for Halloween. No, it's not. It's a great idea.
Yeah, it's once a year. I mean, for God's
sake. You get as much as you can, and then the moms and dads determine how much the kid eats.
Mm-hmm.
So it is,
and a lot of mom and dads eat the rest.
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
you gotta kind of supervise that. It always drives me nuts when dentists say don't eat candy. No BS. Eat candy,
and then
just
brush
don't
your
eat
teeth.
Too much.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then brush your teeth.
We trick or treated all the time. I didn't lose all my teeth because I ate a bunch of candy one night.
This year, I believe the dentist may have to get bumped by expert telling children and families how not to get swine flu from trick-or-treating. I saw that last night.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Use Purell between every house.
No, I'm not going to use Purell between
Don't
every
touch
house.
adults' hands when you take candy.
I'm not even going to wash.
You can really take care of this by dressing your kid like a doctor and have him wear a mask.
Idiot.
It's ridiculous.
But this list, man, I saw this list ahead of time, and I was pissed just looking at it.
Yeah, I got mad all over again from being a kid and having gotten every one of these things at one time or another.
There are some things that weren't on that list that we have to discuss also.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that coming up in the next segment. We got a couple minutes. We wanted to explain, because the Friday Top 3 was the segment we were doing every Friday for a while, and we're still going to do it occasionally, and today is one of those days. And when we were coming up, we came up with instead of having one person do the topic, we decided to come up with it collectively. And it was an idea that Zane had. So I'll have you explain it.
I can do that. In fact, I have audio example of what I'm talking about. A lot of times when we set up a story on the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, we'll have music to get us into it that is topical, that kind of flows in with our discussion. For example, on that Joe Stunt we just aired, These Your Panties Challenge, this song right here made sense.
Can you guess what color panties I'm wearing under here?
Okay?
Yeah.
And it kind of sets up the story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we talked about this, and what we parked on was top 3 inappropriate songs to set up awful news stories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we made them fictitious and over the top bad.
Yeah.
The worst possible stories, fictitious, but could be steeped in reality. Hell, some could even be real.
Yeah, I mean, none of them are science fiction-y.
You would never
in
hear.
nature.
Yes.
But they're kind of absurd usually.
They're absolutely over-the-top absurd.
Yeah, it would be unlikely that these would happen, but not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So, if, for example, a man had to go to the hospital to get 3 pair of women's underwear dislodged out of his rectum that he stuffed in there, Freebeer and Hot Wings at hotmail.com. Got a news story here, guys.
Can you guess what color panties I'm wearing under here?
A man had 3 pair of women's underwear lodged in his rectum and had to go to the hospital to have them removed. That's an absurd, over-the-top news story. Horrible example, but that's all I had to work at.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That is one we'd really do.
Yeah,
These
I
are
was gonna
ones
say
that
that's one we would do.
Never do because we know how offensive they'd be. So we're going to do them today.
Yeah, think of bad subject matters.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
Oh, dude.
anything devastating, awful diseases, dead kids, you know, you name it.
Maimings of
abortions.
children. Oh, dude.
Whatever.
See, I had some really bad ones, and I find myself not being able to pull the trigger on them.
Oh,
So I've traded backwards on some of mine.
Well,
I've given up some of them that I believe were funny for less funny, but I'll be able to sleep better.
man,
That's just for me.
I had subject matter that I'm not even comfortable discussing that I was going to do.
Yeah, me too.
Just like that. And I stuck with the heinousness,
Yeah.
but I made them so absurd and over the top, but could still be true.
Mm-hmm. I have
Yes.
one that the news story is real, and the song that is played really was played.
Okay.
It's an actual example from the past, not by us. But I'm going to include that one in there. I'll bet you two know what it is.
Okay.
One of mine was a local eye doctor is in trouble for allegedly performing LASIK while high on LSD. A 15-year-old girl was blinded when the doctor jammed 2 Phillips head screwdrivers into her eyes. And I was going to play Doctor My Eyes by Jackson Brown. Okay. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
Oh, Cub Scout Den Mothers is in trouble as she slaughtered and ate an entire pack of Cub Scouts. And I was going to play Man Eater by Hall & Oates.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem for me. It's not that I have a filter that's going to keep me from saying something that's not offensive. I have a filter that prevents me from thinking of funny examples of this, because those are ones you threw away, and I would have done those, but the ones I have aren't as good.
Yeah, I actually threw some away that I wanted to do, but yeah, there's only so much time.
Up next, the worst treats you can give away for Halloween and our annual Call Us If You Know You're Giving Away Crap Tonight or Tomorrow Night. That is next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
I get paid a lot of money to tell you that this is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
These are not intelligent, good people. They're losers.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. Later on this hour, well, actually, at the top of next hour, we'll get to headlines, including the World Series last night. A couple pitchers turned in strong pitching performances. A.J. Burnett, a gem of a pitching performance. The Yankees get the win. We'll have more details coming up a little bit later on, but a split in the first 2 games of the World Series. The Friday Top 3 comes up in about an hour and 15 minutes. We'll get to the first ones. It's inappropriate songs to set up the worst stories.
Yeah.
Essentially, what we're talking about. Things that we would never do if the stories were real.
Yeah, the stories we'd probably never even talk about.
Yeah, because they'd be so far outside of what we would normally be doing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Halloween tomorrow. No doubt everybody preparing for having children come to their house.
Who are you? I'm a ghost. I'm a little ghost. Knock, knock.
What the hell?
Trick or treat. Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm a ghost.
This is a great setup song.
See,
It's
that's
perfect.
How we do it. Except this isn't a terrible story.
You know it's good because it has a tuba in it.
Knock, knock. Trick or treat. Who are you?
Or, or anything.
Wow.
Lots of twinkles and crazy things.
Yep. So we've got this list. It's 11 treats that, as a child, you pray you don't get on Halloween. And as we share this list, as we get through it, we're going to ask for you to share, because you know there are people listening that are going to be giving away this crap tonight or tomorrow night or wherever your community has their trick-or-treating. Or some other additional crap that you know sucks, but you're giving it away anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You can't blame the economy, because you can find something cheap that's still good.
Oh,
or turn your light off and don't be home.
It's not that hard.
It's not, and it doesn't cost
Candy's
$1,000.
not that expensive. I mean, you get a bag for like $2.50.
$4 or
And
$5.
and hell, you get it the day of. That's what I do every year. I go day of Halloween, and it's already marked down out.
Yeah.
And you go
You're
like
right.
an hour before trick or treating.
They're already desperate.
Oh, it's perfect. You get tons of it, and you just give it away.
By the
Who
way,
cares?
if you're anyone who likes any of these, myself included, you're a loser. So if I suddenly say, I like those,
Yeah.
then I'm a loser. But you are,
Yes.
too. Especially this first one on the list, man.
Good and Plenty.
Oh, God, I hate those.
What is it? I've actually never had Good and Plenty. How would you describe it?
It's black licorice with
Oh.
a candy shell.
Yeah.
Black licorice is terrible.
Then I think they have, like, fruity Good and Plenties, too. but-
Different.
Those
are those. Yeah, they are the same, but they taste. They taste
Well,
good.
they're different. They're not licorice. I don't know why anyone
They
likes
are, but
black
they're
licorice.
fruit flavored.
Yeah.
This is what they say about it. What kid wants to put a piece of poisoned plastic in their mouth? Answer: none. Also, why name your candy Good and Plenty? How about gross and offensive?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody likes Good and Plenty.
I think people who like black licorice are evil to begin with. Yeah.
My mom only ate black jelly beans.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
like
Well,
black licorice. That's such a bad
I'm sorry
taste.
that
She's
you were
not evil.
deceived for years to thinking she's a good woman because she's not.
Yeah.
She eats black licorice.
Secretly evil.
Well, yeah, she raised a son who has a rubber tree.
She does have that going for her.
All right.
Number 2, a toothbrush.
Oh, yeah, the neighborhood jerk dentist.
Yep, you know who you are.
Yep.
There's
Here's a toothbrush and some floss. Thanks.
Yeah, you take that out of your bag and you give it back to him either nicely or stick it up his nose. Nobody wants that.
I think it's fair to say if you hand out anything that promotes your business, career, or anything else at Halloween, you're a douche.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any sort of tchotchke with your name on it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like us for Halloween giving away Free Beer and Hot Wings pens to kids. I mean, really, who does that? You don't do that.
Not since we ran out of pens.
No.
This says, first of all, you may be a dentist, and that's cool, but not on Halloween. You've got 364 other days to give out toothbrushes. This isn't one of them. That goes for floss, too. If I wanted floss, I wouldn't have come to your house. I would have gone to CVS.
No kidding.
Fair statement.
Plus, I got news for dentists. Halloween helps you stay in business.
Yeah, no kidding.
Enjoy it.
No kidding.
Yeah, quit acting like you care about kids.
Number 3, Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Rolls are like the bread of candies. It's not good enough to eat by itself, and it's really not exciting. It's unoriginal. Tootsie Rolls have been around for 2,000 years. Even Jesus hated them.
2,000 years, even Jesus hated them.
Well, the problem with Tootsie Rolls is you get the people that they buy the bag of Tootsie Rolls and then give you one tiny little Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
And you go, thanks for the penny.
They might as well have thrown a coupon into your bag.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be an a-hole because I like Tootsie Rolls. If I got Tootsie Rolls, I wouldn't mind. Okay, but the problem is they aren't always fresh. If you buy them 1 year ago and keep them for next year,
right?
Like last year, if you bought those and you're using them this year, it's like biting a hockey puck.
It is. Yeah, you got to just suck on it. And no one wants to suck on a Tootsie Roll.
it's important to you can take those things and put them in the microwave for about 6 seconds, and they're awesome. It makes all the difference in the world. But that's a little bit more work.
Yeah, that's a little effort.
You can tell you grew up poor.
Joe, you never had microwave Tootsie Rolls?
Find a way to make a turd taste good.
They do taste good.
Mom, can I have one of those treats that looks like cat poop?
The only thing we can afford.
It's delicious. Do you ever have the flavored ones?
I do. Those
Yes,
are good.
those are good.
I'm with you in principle that I think Tootsie Rolls are okay. And I've never tried. I actually am intrigued by your microwave Tootsie Rolls
makes
idea.
all the difference.
And if I get a Tootsie Roll and it seems a little hard, I'm going to throw it in the microwave and try the Eric Zane Tootsie Roll play.
Hard or soft. I mean, whether they're fresh or they're hard, like old,
Yeah.
it's still great. But you can't put them in too long because you'll be looking at it and then it'll just go flat in a second, and then it's like eating hot diarrhea.
Hell, I want to try it now. Number 4 on their list of the worst treats you can give out on Halloween, jujubes.
These things are deadly. Okay, they can kill you. First of all, to me, they always taste like soap, and they're so crazy hard. They make Tootsie Rolls look like cotton candy.
Yeah, I don't like them.
What do they say about them?
It says the only thing jujubes have going for them is they look appealing. With all the bright candy colors, people are drawn to them. But beware, jujubes will rip your teeth out almost as if you did something to piss jujubes off.
You could put those in a sock and kill people with them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to shoot them out of a wrist rocket.
Did you really?
Yeah, big time, because they're not devastating enough that they could really hurt you like a rock or a bigger marble or something like that. But, man, they would cut us. They would cut people.
Yeah.
We'll get to numbers 5 through 11 in a moment. We'll also get your calls about things you don't want, or better, the people who know. You've already got a bowl of crap sitting at home. Like you just emptied out your junk drawer, and you're going to give away like, oh, here's some old batteries that I don't think work. Here's a cell phone charger from my first Minolta. Whatever you want to do. That's what we want that call. 1-800-947-3979. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
You look like you're living out of your car.
Yeah, I know, but I got everything in there I need.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
'Cause I'm Peter, the pumpkin eater, and the party has just begun.
He did the monster.
It's a Halloween montage.
It was a graveyard.
That's classic right there.
Yeah.
This one sucks.
Oh.
Who is this?
Natalie Merchant?
Yeah.
Pillows. Let's hear the next one
Boo.
What is this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't even. Does that have anything to do
I
with
don't
Halloween?
know. It's like
I
some
think she
stupid
said candy.
Oh God, it's like some dumb Lilith Fair song.
That was a dumb Lilith Fair song.
Yeah. All right, that'll work.
You got to keep your montages up tempo.
This one will work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
you can't have some chick on a stool singing some sad sack song.
Yeah, note to whoever makes these. Those first two work. I mean, you got the Peter the Pumpkin Eater song.
Who
is this?
Garth Brooks. That's, yeah,
Okay.
definitely Garth Brooks.
And then Bobby.
Right, a classic.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Candy everybody wants. Natalie Merchant.
That sucks.
It's like they just did a Google search for anything that mentioned candy, and I'm surprised they didn't include like the PA announcer at the San Francisco Giants Stadium saying, "Now batting, Candy Maldonado."
Yeah.
Perfect. Put it in there.
Doesn't work.
1-800-947-3979. We've been talking about these bad treats that you don't want to be the one handing out for Halloween, and we asked listeners to share the things that they know they're giving away that sucks.
Yes. Have we gotten any calls yet? Has
do.
anybody?
We had
anybody
a couple
weighed in?
people who called, and they were going to agree with Zane about the power of the Tootsie Roll and how delicious it was, but they gave up quickly. This is Ben in Maine. Hi, Ben.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
Good.
What are you giving away?
I'm giving away free 6-ounce Junior Frosty Wendy's coupons.
Okay, now I like Wendy's, but you know what kids have a hard time doing? Redeeming
Traveling.
Coupons on their own.
Yeah. Plus, you want instant gratification.
Absolutely.
Yes, that is.
So that's a dickish thing to give away.
What did you get them out of the newspaper?
No. When you go through the drive-thru, you can get 10 of them for $1, but it goes towards an adoption foundation, I guess. But like you said, you want the instant gratification, and you don't get it with those.
Well, and it may be a pain for the parents, because parents, I'm guessing, love to be nagged by their children to do things that weren't in the plans before. They may have been going to go to Wendy's anyway, but maybe not at that moment. That's kind of it's a bad move.
It's going to wind up in a junk drawer next to the phone book and the stapler and 3,000 pens and a couple of keys had opened nothing.
Yeah, why don't you give them a free shoe rental at the bowling hut?
Yeah.
Nick in New Jersey. Hi, Nick.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Was this something you gave away or somebody you knew?
Well, everyone has like the crazy guy that lives on their block when they're younger, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone was usually scared to go to his house, but me and my friends were nuts, so we'd just go to everyone's house, try and bag as much candy as we could.
Yeah. Sure.
This guy would come to his door
Nuts.
in underwear and hand out old ammunition and gas mask refills.
What?
He was like, it was just incredible. He'd come to in the towel some years, and he'd have like the whole Army Navy store plus ammunition that he would hand out, and he got arrested like a few years later.
Oh no!
Here's a shell I tried to bury in Charlie's head. Happy Halloween.
Oh, that's
exactly. Plus the lead, I don't know how good that would be for children. So
I can't believe a radio engineer lived in your neighborhood.
Yeah, that sounds like all of them.
I'll bet no one pranked him though. Like,
yeah.
You're not going to toilet paper that guy's house.
Oh,
well, they might. They were nuts.
They were crazy. They were trying to bag candy and be pranky.
I like how he said, we didn't care. We went to every house because we were crazy.
We were nuts. Wow.
We went to every house in the whole subdivision all the time.
Yeah, that pedophile had the best candy, but we didn't care, man.
We were crazy.
I just wanted a king-size Snickers.
We were loony.
Off our rockers.
We'll get to more calls in a moment. But we were talking about this list of the 11 worst candies or treats to give out: toothbrush, Tootsie Rolls, Jujubes, good and plenty. Number 5 on their list is Double Bubble. It says, come on, you mean to tell me you went to the store to buy candy to give out for Halloween and the thought came across your mind that Double Bubble was your answer? You want to give out gum, that's perfectly fine. For example, Bubble Yum makes some pretty badass flavors. But Double Bubble? Get real.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's like people that give away. Plus, you only get one. You get those stodgy old people that give you one piece of gum that lasts for 30 seconds once you finally soften it up with your saliva for half an hour.
Right, yeah.
It's the same as somebody who gives away one piece of Bazooka Joe gum.
Right. Yeah.
And when it's been, it's usually hard anyway, but when it's individual like that, it's been sitting out in no doubt some old person's bowl for a year. Mm-hmm. It's solid rock.
I love this gum. Sure, my condyle that makes up my temporomandibular joint is dislodged, but that's okay. I don't mind.
It's worth it for the awesome comic.
And what's also cool is the fact that it tastes like cough syrup. Delicious.
All the comics were written in an era where being a racist was good.
Mm-hmm.
All old school.
Yeah, that Double Bubble, that's the same thing, type of textured gum as Bazooka gum.
Yeah, it's the same kind
It's stupid. It's made from the same place, probably. It's a different size.
Mm-hmm. Number 6 on their list is pennies. Dirty pennies.
Ugh. God, I hated the people that would give out change.
Yeah. Yeah, it's stupid.
And it was always you'd always get like 2 pennies at the bottom of your bag, and you go, seriously, why did you do that?
Yeah, I never liked those. You dig in your bag and say, you know what, you take these back.
That was bad enough as a kid in the 70s. It's even worse now.
Yeah. You give out paper money if you think you're so cool.
Yeah. Start with the green ones.
Give them back to the guy. Say, here, take these pennies and buy some rubbers and give them to your offspring so that they don't make kids that are like you, stupid.
Number 7 on their list is raisins.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, the little tiny individual box of raisins. Yeah. Thanks a lot for nothing.
Couldn't wait to throw those away. Number 8, religious tracts. He says it's not Christmas, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Yep, there's always that person, too. Every neighborhood.
We got this jerk down the street that does this. Yeah, I really want to read this, idiot.
Says, what would you do if you asked someone for a pencil and they handed you a bagel? You would look at them like they were an idiot. You don't want people to think you're an idiot, do you? How true.
Yeah, this guy, he was passing these deals out. My kid would come back with the bag, and I'd reach in and crumple it up and throw it on his lawn. No, I don't want that.
But it's important for all the children to know what they're doing is evil.
Shut up. Yeah. Shut up. It's not it's a dress up. It's fun.
When I was dressed like Casper, my first thought was, oh, man, I'm glad I'm getting candy and honoring the devil.
Yeah, I'm wearing a plastic Fred Flintstone mask, and my snot is oozing down my upper lip.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so occult.
Bite this and sell it.
Oh,
Get the hell out of here.
I'm like a warlock.
Throw a brick through your window.
Jerk.
Number 9, pencils.
Yeah, pencils.
Any sort of school supply. And then 10, circus peanuts.
Oh, God, are those bad.
Anything unwrapped. Who gives unwrapped food?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it.
We're crazy.
Like the people that would always make their own popcorn balls, too.
That's what I wrote down. They make homemade pop or caramel. The jerk sticks a caramel apple in my bed. What the hell is... What are you, crazy?
I think we used to give away popcorn balls and caramel apples, but they would have been wrapped in saran wrap or something.
Still, even when they're wrapped, you take them out, and 9 times out of 10, they were made earlier in the week, so the caramel has fossilized, so it's like amber containing some ancient bug.
I can't believe that on this break, the side effect of it is the fact that I now no longer have respect or like Freeber's mother, because she likes good and plenty, and she gave away caramel apples and popcorn balls. I'm actually bummed out about that.
Very sad.
And the last one was bags of baby carrots. If it's not candy, good candy, you suck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't give away fruit.
1-800-947-3979. Call us if you know you're giving away something that's crappy. Melissa joins us. Hi, Melissa.
Hello.
Hey.
What, your neighbor gives something crappy away?
Oh, yeah. My neighbor gives away cards. Decks of cards. Not even a whole deck. He gives you one card with his name signed on it, like he's some big poker player or something.
So like the 10 of clubs?
Yeah.
Is he a celebrity of some sort?
No, he's a nobody.
Maybe he's got a deal that if you come to his house and show that card and he has a match, he'll show them his penis.
Does that seem possible?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just a young kid. He's like 22 or something. But
that's true.
He's 22 and he gives out a playing card. Oh, he is such a sex offender.
Warped.
I would
he's
like
probably
it.
Shot up a school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Melissa, I think you should slash his tires.
That's a possibility. I could see his house from mine.
I think you should. Thank you, Melissa.
What is that all about?
Yeah, no kidding.
Playing card. You know he thinks it's funny. He's that guy.
Well, probably.
Guess what I did?
Yeah, well, I bet he has a lot of friends.
This is Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What do you give out?
About 40 years ago, my aunt had gotten a job at the Peter Paul Candy Company.
Yeah.
And she sent us up 20 pounds of rejected Mounds bars that wouldn't pass inspection.
Uh-huh.
What made them rejected? What was wrong with them?
Well, either the chocolate didn't get all over the coconut or the coconut was poking through the chocolate.
Uh-huh.
They just wouldn't pass inspection. They were perfectly edible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would wrap them and then you would get them?
Well, they gave them to her, and everyone there was sick of them by that time. And so she sent them up to us. So we got them like early in the spring, and for about 2 weeks, it was a great deal. But then my parents wouldn't buy any other candy, and we got sick of them.
Uh-huh.
So when Halloween came around, my sister and I were giving those things away by the double handfuls. We were so tired of Mounds. To this day, I can't look at a Mounds bar.
Uh-huh.
So these were candy bars.
Yeah.
They weren't perfect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, cool story, horrible bitch.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
We gave away candy that, it tasted pretty good. And people wanted it. There was really nothing wrong with it. We were just tired of it. It was a gift. Had a lot of it.
That was really the same story.
No, well, that happened to me.
That happened to you, too?
Yeah.
You also had too much of a good thing and then gave some away after some time passed?
Yeah, I decided to share after I got tired of something that, even though it tasted good.
Dude, when that one hits.
Wow, cool story, horrible bitch.
I don't think that would feel very good.
No.
It's such a C punch.
Well, it's really, what was the awful thing you gave away for Halloween? Was it circus peanuts? It was a shoelace. It was this. Well, I gave away some delicious candy that visually looked a little off because It didn't completely have chocolate.
He can call us next year and say that he gave away a pointless story to each kid. They go, trick or treat. Hey, did you know that the Boss Stitch Stapler Company's been around for 75 years? That's your treat.
Did I ever tell you about Halloween 1969? That was the Mars Bar year.
Who gives a
Mark that under who gives a
What? Bob, thank you for calling.
Who gives a
We appreciate it, Bob.
We do.
Thank you for listening.
Shut the up, okay? Shut the up.
I'm delighted that he called to share that story.
Shelley in New York. Hi, Shelley.
Good morning.
I know it's difficult to go after that showstopper, but your husband and the neighbor gave something away that was awful, right?
My husband and my neighbor start drinking on Halloween very early.
Mm-hmm.
So they sit at the bottom of the driveway, and for the little kids that are in costume, they give away the good candy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But for the scumbags who just have a pillowcase and turn their hat backward, we have frozen Mary Janes. And once they start drinking, they throw their beer bottle caps in the same bag with the frozen Mary Janes.
Yeah.
So they just reach in, they get a handful of the frozen Mary Janes, and they throw the beer bottle caps, or, they'll pick up a handful of mulch because they're sitting down.
Oh, sweet. That's a great idea.
This is great. I'm okay with that. If a kid has a beard, he's too old to be going trick-or-treating.
Yeah, we get this one guy every year, and he said his kid is home with a broken leg, and so my husband will always give the guy a nice big handful of frozen Mary Janes and say, go to Walmart, buy your kid his own candy, and get a job.
You're poor.
Yeah.
You have the same guy every year who uses the kids home with a broken leg excuse?
We live across this highway from housing projects, and about 7 o'clock every Halloween, you get a Dodge Caravan with 150 kids pulling at it.
Yeah.
And we just watch them come through the neighborhood.
Great.
It's just hysterical to watch my husband and my neighbor just terrorize these people.
Yeah, it's like, beat it, loser.
Thank you, Shelley.
Go get a job.
I think everybody supports that one. Everybody
That's
hates
a great one, yeah.
the kid who, like she said, the scumbag who comes with a pillowcase and his hat backwards and says, "Give me something."
Yeah. What are you?
And there's
I'm
always
a ghost. or I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
There's always a handful of losers that are just too old, too. What a loser. It's always a bummer.
Absolutely. 1-800-947-3979. Mark in Maine, what are you giving away?
It's not what I'm giving away. It was back when I was a kid, there was an old lady who used to live next door to me who would give out stationery. Like, she'd just go to a dollar store, buy the little pads of paper, and she'd throw those in your bag when you came by her house. And I actually heard from family recently that a new old lady lives in the same house, and she hands out pencils and erasers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're just kind of, passing the torch.
That's haunting.
That's great. That's fantastic. That's like the old person who tips $1 no matter where they go. It's just the old school way.
Well, when I was a kid, this was a hell of a commodity. Pencils didn't grow on trees,
This is
It was a
Karen.
gift.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
What do you give away?
We give away road candy to the teenagers that aren't dressed.
What is-
They have the big pillowcases.
What is road candy?
It's leftover candy from parades.
Oh,
That
like
get-
a World War II veteran just throwing it out as they pass by from Memorial Day or something like that.
Here's a
Yeah,
sugar
but
daddy from the 4th of July.
I got the idea from my mother-in-law, who was a World War II veteran, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I need the road candy for Halloween." And so she would save candy all year long.
It's a great
for
idea.
different parades.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that is a great idea.
Thank
So we give out road candy.
Thank you, Karen. 1-800-947-3979.
Would have been a great one.
Would have been.
Say, what do you give out?
What do you give out?
Yeah, what
She kept repeating that over and over again. That would have been a good attempt.
In a moment in headlines, the World Series last night. We'll have some audio highlights for you as the series now even at a game apiece. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Email the show Idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Don't please me, only please yourself. Women don't have orgasms.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. Later this hour, the return of the Friday Top 3. It is a unique Friday Top 3. And really a lot of them were. A lot of them were storytelling and stuff like that, but there were others that were completely different and would stand alone, and I would think today's will do that as well. The concept that Zane came up with, we sort of stumbled into it by accident, but you said, man, that'd be a good Friday Top 3, and I think you're right. And that is the idea of we use songs to set stuff up. For example, when we talk about the World Series in a moment, you may hear Take Me Out to the Ball Game play right as we start to talk about it.
Yeah.
We would say, hey, the World Series last night, and you know the song.
Kind of get you into the
framework a little bit.
Oftentimes, if there's a horrible news story, in fact, you will never hear that type of scenario for a terrible story.
No, you would never hear accompanying music for a tragic story. It doesn't happen.
When September 11th went down, we didn't bust out on the air Jet Airliner by Steve Miller and start saying, oh, dude, can you believe this?
No.
Planes have hit the building.
Right. No.
That would be crazy.
Right.
So we took it a step further and made the most heinous, ridiculous, absurd news headlines you could possibly have that have an accompanying music piece to set it up. That will never happen in real life, so this is all done fictitiously about how absurd it would sound if it did.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's the juxtaposition.
Yeah.
The bizarro world. So we'll get to that.
I was going to do one on a stupid headline about a woman who did her own third-term abortion while playing Cuts Like a Knife by Bryan Adams, but I opted out.
Why?
So that's what we're shooting for.
Yeah.
I have started and stopped mine.
Mine cannot keep up with that.
Well, I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not going to do that, but I did, even though I just did. I am I've started and stopped this 3 or 4 times.
You've changed all of yours since you've been here today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on several of them, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think of things and you go, that'd be pretty funny. Oh, I thought of something else.
Right.
I had dumbed mine down a little bit so they were less offensive, but the group effect is having an impact, and I'm bringing back one that I had taken out.
See? Yeah. That's how
terrible decision, but it's going to be fun anyway. So, live now. Baseball last night as we get to headlines. How that goes? World Series Game 2. Yankees and Phillies. Pedro Martinez on the hill for the Philadelphia Phillies. And A.J. Burnett on the hill for the New York Yankees.
Here's the final play. Let's hear if, what's his name? Joe Buck?
Joe Buck.
Let's hear if Joe Buck shows any emotion.
Stairs is on this roster to do one thing, and that's hit home runs.
Right. Back inside.
Game over. Series tied at a game apiece.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Showed some emotion there.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Boy,
remember Pat Stairs last year?
Getting your ass hammered by guys. There's no better feeling than to have that done.
Matt Stairs, he hit a huge home run in the National League Championship Series last year that won the game for the Phils.
Mm-hmm.
Getting
Classic
your ass hammered by guys. There's no better feeling than to have that done.
Here's a montage of big plays that happened throughout the game, in the game last night.
1-1 pitch to third and under the glove of Rodriguez. Here comes Ibanez. The throw by Damon is late. And it's 1-0 Philadelphia here in the second. His 1-0 pitch is flied in the air to right center field. Back at the wall, tie game. Home run to Shera. There's a shot into right. Back at the wall, 2-1 New York. And a line drive base hit to center, 3-1 New York. Game over. Series tied at a game apiece.
The story of the night, A.J. Burnett, the pitcher for the Yankees, was fantastic.
Yeah, he sure was.
Through the first 11 guys who came up to bat for the Phillies faced an 0-1 count. He was just dealing strikes, big, crazy, bending curveballs that disappeared when they got close to the strike zone. And guys taking those kind of swings where they start the swing at normal and they get halfway through and they go, and the bat drags through the strike zone because they know they don't have a chance to hit it anyway.
They look all stupid and weird.
Yeah. He was impressive. And Pedro was good. When the game started, Pedro Martinez, he struck out 2 of the first 3 batters, and I thought, oh, that guy's dealing.
Yeah.
And then Burnett came out and was just as good. So that was actually a good baseball game. Joe Jackson, father of Michael Jackson, kind of a crappy dad as far as it goes.
Well, yeah, that whole thing about beating the kid into submission kind of puts a bad taste in people's mouth.
And then using the moments after Michael's death to promote his new band and everything else.
Well, yeah,
a lot of problems for Joe.
He had that label. It was so difficult to get what he was describing. It's days after the death, and he's at some event. And so, how are you doing, Mr. Jackson? I'm great, he says. And then he says like 2 more words, and then he starts talking about the next big thing he's promoting, which, from what we could gather, it was Blu-ray.
Yeah, not exactly a big thing. Somebody beat you to it.
So, yeah.
In this clip, Joe Jackson is asked what he would do if he could spend some time with some of the docs that they say are responsible for Michael's death.
If you were in a room with Dr. Conrad Murray or these other doctors involved with this, you'd knock him out.
What?
You'd knock him out. Knock him out.
I like how the guy has to translate for him because the slob can't even talk.
These other doctors involved with this, you'd knock him out. You'd knock him out. Knock him out.
Oh,
tell me if here's an additional quote from Joe Jackson. Tell me if this part surprises you.
You'd knock him out.
He was talking to Extra, and he made the point because Michael Jackson has made $90 million, his estate has, since his death.
Wow.
He's one of the highest earning dead celebrities in the world.
Yep.
For 2009, in spite of the fact that he's only been dead for 4 months. Joe Jackson, quote, "He's worth more dead than when he was alive, but I'd rather have him alive." You know he added the second part so he didn't look like an animal.
Yeah.
But the first part is the truth.
Knock him out.
He's got enough wits to know that he just said something bad, so he's going to try to change that.
Anyone else in the world can make that observation, except his own dad, who should never even occur to him to say he's worth more dead than alive.
Right.
I would have more respect for him if he said, I never liked him, I abused him, I don't like what he became, he's a monster, and so am I.
Mm-hmm.
But instead,
that would be something.
This whole
that would
charade.
Be amazing.
Knock him out.
What a loser, man!
I don't think you would knock him out.
Yeah,
he would. He just wants to sue those docs. Make some additional money.
Hell, he's happy that the docs that happened because now he's able. Now there's a hell of a lot more money involved that he might be able to get his hands on one day. Of course, most of it goes to the kids now.
Yeah.
How about that?
Can you imagine if you found out that Joe Jackson was the one that he was conspiring with the docs?
Man.
Oh, man. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't even shock me.
No, that certainly wouldn't.
That scene at that funeral when that little girl spoke, man, that still sticks with me.
Yeah, that stung.
Oh,
his daughter.
It was so terrible. I forget the daughter's name.
Hot Wings Zane, every time there's a big electrical storm and power lines are knocked down because of high winds or whatever reason power lines are down, what is the number one thing they say to do?
Touch them. Touch them immediately.
Put them in your mouth.
Run to them and dive on them and swing like Tarzan.
Urinate on the end.
Close. They actually say, this will surprise you, stay away from them.
Oh, God, I always get that backward. Yeah. When are you supposed to urinate on them?
Infrequently.
Okay.
This from the Missoulian, from Missoula, Montana, a newspaper that I read daily online.
Yeah.
This is a reminder as to why. Apparently, in a very rural part of Montana, which is somewhat redundant, a high-voltage power line fell down when a tree fell into it.
Okay.
Utility crews, because it was in a rural area, didn't know about the downed power line until 2 weeks ago. So it had been down for a good bit of time because it didn't actually break. It was just stretched really badly.
Okay, so it's kind of leaning against it.
So the line is really, really low to the ground. And they knew it had been a while because next to it they found dead 5 white-tailed deer, 4 black bears, 2 wolves, a coyote, and a turkey vulture.
And Noah.
And
a burnt boat. Oh, my God. you can actually picture the scene as cartoonish, as one animal after the other goes up to it to eat the other animal that just cooked.
That's exactly
and then get cooked.
That's exactly what they're saying happened, is that the deer found it first, and that set off a chain of events that attracted everything else.
So there was no mountain men residents that were looking for a good meal, were there?
No, just deer. Wow. 4 black bears, 2 wolves. I can't. This is one of those stories where I'm like, wait, you didn't include a photo? Probably pretty gross.
Yeah, but still,
who cares?
Still include a photo. Who doesn't want to see that crazy pile up?
I want to see it.
Just once. I mean, I'm sure it's disgusting, but
I didn't want the animals to die, but if they're already dead, I want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see this crazy pile of animals at the foot of a downed power line.
That's what happens when they muscle in on our space. We cull them back somehow.
Even when we're not trying.
And then finally this. I guess maybe you'll want to watch this on Sunday. I'm going to record the first episode. Remember Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is, I assume, a spin-off, still with Dr. Drew, but it's Sex Rehab with Dr. Drew.
So specifically sex addicts.
Dr. Drew takes on celebrities who claim to be addicted to sex.
Okay.
This, to me, seems interesting.
Well, a lot of celebrities
on Sunday.
A lot of celebrities have claimed that, and I can't imagine that they will get the celebrities that are actually still celebrities, like your Michael Douglases or David Duchovnys of the world. So it's going to be all lame, like ex-Playboy models. And
the thing is about being a sex addict. Think about this: if you're a drug addict, what is ultimately the goal? They want you to stop taking drugs.
Right.
If you're an alcoholic, they want you want to stop drinking.
Right.
If you're a sex addict, you're still going to have sex.
Plus,
yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, sex addiction. The reason people can't take sex addiction seriously is because I don't know that many people who have died or had a downward spiral that led to their death because they had too much sex, unless they got AIDS or something. But it's pretty hard to have sex to death as opposed to like, oh, I OD, so-and-so OD'd on heroin, or they drank themselves to death. Oh, lady got too much D and died.
Yeah, no doubt.
That doesn't happen.
There are people who are addicts like myself who have no problem saying, yeah, I'm an alcoholic, man. That's not good for me. Or, I'm a drug addict. That may be a little uncomfortable, but for people do that. It does happen.
Yeah.
You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody saying, yeah, well, I'm a sex addict, though. I mean, it's pretty... There's a real stigma if you suddenly say, I'm a sex addict.
Yeah.
You bust that one out.
And, like, if you said to someone who didn't know you, well, I'm an alcoholic, so I don't drink, they'd say, wow, good for you. How long have you been sober? If someone said, I'm a sex addict, there's no follow-up question that's not awkward.
Oh, it's so terrible.
You'd be so proud of me. I've gone a whole week without sex.
Really? Did you used to bone a lot of people?
Yeah. There is no such thing as sex addiction.
That's
just
difficult.
people who...
Well, I think
they can't stay in a committed relationship, so they blame the fact that, whoa, it's an addiction. I can't help myself. I must have sex. It's in my brain. Yeah. No, you just can't stay faithful.
We're just a horror. In a moment, a text message sent to the wrong phone starts a ridiculous chain of events that ends pretty awfully. We'll see if anybody's gotten into a fight for a stupider reason. That's coming up next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hotwig Show.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
The Reverend Al Sharpton.
Oh, I'm Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Right. I'm so sorry. The script in front of me said Reverend Al Sharpton. I'm looking at your face. I know who you are, Reverend Jackson. We all do.
Can you imagine if she had said, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah,
that
okay.
Would have been great.
Might as well be the same guy. So anyway.
1-800-947-3979. You could email idiots@freebeerandhotwigs.com. Check out the website, freebeerandhotwigs.com. New blogs, videos, links, everything up there every day. You can also get the podcast through there. Just click on VIP member and learn about how you can be a part of it all.
Yeah.
1-800-947-3979. And we'll get to the Friday Top 3 in the next segment. That's about 16 minutes away.
Joe, we're going to need Kurt Busch's music that he wrote for the Friday Top 3.
Oh, that's right.
Point.
Yeah.
We'll definitely need that. It's been a while. What was the last Friday Top 3 topic? Anybody remember? Who had to do it?
I'm not sure. It's been some time.
Steve thinks he knows.
I think it was the top 3 reasons you're a disgusting pig.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was one where I said that I sometimes use my pants as my toilet paper.
Yes. That's true. My wife is mad at me. Not mad at me, but she's just the other day. It's been weeks. I didn't even remember when we did that. She said, "I still can't believe you said you ate sunburn skin." I said, "So it bothers you that I do it?" And she said, "Not as much as it bothers me that you told everyone." That's pretty significant.
Better off not knowing.
947-3979.
Wish you hadn't reminded me.
Yeah, me too. She probably doesn't like that I brought it up again.
Oh, no.
We'll get to the Friday Top 3 today. It's pretty unique. We'll explain it. I suspect someone will tune in the middle of it and be very offended.
Well, that's great.
Oh, they might be offended while they're listening, even if they know what's going on. Who knows?
That's very true as well.
I hope not.
It's not meant to be offensive.
No, it's meant to be absurd.
Right. Everybody who has a cell phone at one point or another and hell, even if you didn't have a cell phone, you've at some point dialed a wrong number and confused someone on the other end of the line when you maybe you're not paying attention and they go, hello, and you go, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And it's not till a few seconds into the awkward, stunted conversation that you realize that you're not talking to who you think you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With cell phones, it doesn't, it still happens, not as much because most of the time you're just finding a name and hitting it. So even if you misdial, you're often talking to someone you know. But text messages can be equally embarrassing if you send it to the wrong person.
Oh, dude.
Oh, they can be devastating.
In this case, though, it went to a stranger.
I think Joe didn't Joe tell one of us he loves us very much? It was me.
You.
Mm-hmm.
He had intended to send it to a significant other.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Well, that's the story based on your reaction.
Yeah. If Zane had written back,
fishing.
I love you too, you would have. It was meant for Zane, though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anybody's gotten into a fight over a dumber reason than this. A very bad, devastating fight. Early Tuesday morning, 22-year-old Scott Elder and 24-year-old Brian Madison of Savannah, Georgia, got into an argument.
Yeah.
After one of them inadvertently dialed the wrong number and called the other.
Okay.
And then accidentally sent a text message to the same number. Now, it doesn't say what that text message said, but this led to a string of escalating text messages.
Okay.
From each other. Now, that can happen when you're talking to someone you know, where a text message is meant in jest and all of a sudden it's taken the wrong way and something escalates out of control.
Yeah.
But when it's late at night or very early in the morning and you're getting it from a stranger, that's when it can get out of control. Now, I'm guessing most rational people at some point, Hot Wings, you probably would have just said, okay, well, this doesn't really have anything to do with me. I'm going to ignore it. I don't know who this is coming from.
Right.
Well, these guys apparently got to know each other enough that they realized they were about the same age, and eventually one of them said, all right, let's settle this like men. Zane, how do men settle things?
In a fist fight, man. First one hit the ground loses.
That's how it's supposed to be.
No hitting when they're down.
That's how it's supposed to be, in sort of an honor code.
No knives, just fists.
What about guns?
No, guns is not good because,
Yeah,
I mean, somebody's going to die.
Yeah, that's not settling something like a man.
That's different.
It's like a puss.
Brian showed up. Yeah. Scott showed up. Scott pulled out a gun and shot him. All because of misdirected text messages and the texts that went back and forth afterwards.
Well, they're clearly stupid people.
Yeah,
that's no question.
They're both boneheaded. So
the only bad side of this is both of them aren't dead.
Yeah, one bonehead is dead. The other one will go to prison for the rest of his life.
Serious condition.
Oh, serious. Oh, that's.
I mean,
man,
he's going to end up winning.
Be okay.
He's going to make out. He's probably going to sue like the gun maker or the asphalt company that made the asphalt that he was standing on.
Yeah, the cell phone company. Yeah, of course. For not having an identifying picture of some sort initially.
He'll be worth billions of dollars, and he'll own these radio stations one day.
Scott was arrested and charged with aggravated assault. He could get 20 years in prison.
Okay.
How ridiculous is that at some point one of them said, let's settle it like men. I'll meet you it happened that it was at a pharmacy. I'll meet you at the pharmacy. We'll get in the parking lot. What car are you driving? I'm driving a Fiat. What will you be driving? A Yugo. Okay. When I get there, let's fist fight.
Fiat's too good.
It probably is. Bet no one's listening who's been in a fist fight over a worse reason than that. Because there are some dumb reasons. People, pride gets in the way.
Road rage.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
That's the thing, man. Like when, because if somebody sent you a real pissy text message and it wasn't even directed to you, you would be inclined to sort of text back and say, and kind of get into a fight with them because you're pretty nameless, faceless. You're not really if it was from a stranger. But at some point, you got to step back and go, wait a minute, this person that I'm dealing with could, in fact, be a lunatic.
Right.
The same thought you'd have if you flip somebody the bird when driving in the car or whatever. You never know if they're going to be some weirdo that tries to drive you off the road.
Yeah, I don't even know how that would happen. I mean, I've gotten errant text messages before on accident. It's clear, and you go, who is this?
Yeah.
And they say, it's so-and-so, and it's either someone you do know, and then you suddenly realize what the hell they were talking about out of thin air.
Yeah.
Or it's somebody else, and you text them back and go, I'm not that person. You're texting the wrong number. And they go, sorry.
It's very simple.
That's pretty much how that
My
usually
wife
goes.
got in some fight with somebody. She had misdialed. And, I'm sorry. I dialed the wrong number. Hung up. Dude calls back. And I forget how she described it, but something went haywire. This guy ended up losing his mind.
Out of just a misdialed phone call.
He was very suspicious of something. Something else was happening in this dude's life, and he went bonkers on her. I mean, he was swearing at her.
And there was a time before caller ID and everything where if the phone rang and you didn't get to it and no one was there, and you'd go, it must have been a wrong number, and they realized it because people have had that happen.
Yeah.
But now with cell phones where you misdial and then someone calls you back and say, did you just call me? What do you want?
Yeah. I'm one of those. I'm a problem. If I see a number and they don't leave a message, a lot of times I'll call the number. Yeah, hello. Somebody that from your number called me, and then they'll say to me, who is this? I was like, no, you have to tell me. You called me. I'm not saying my name. Who are you? Well, no, you tell me your name. Well, then we're done. We're done here.
A vicious circle. Craig, your dad and your brother got into a fight for a dumb reason?
Yeah, they were in Florida on vacation a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They were tying a sand dollar or a string to a sand dollar, and people walk by and they go to pick it up and they'd yank it and ha ha ha, funny and.
Okay.
They
Okay, to each his own.
Yeah, this is your dad and your brother, you said?
Yeah, they were kind of bored, I guess.
I prefer seeing nice, fun things in Florida as opposed to nutty pranks. But anyway.
Yep.
So this guy got a little mad, but he kept on walking down the beach. About 10 minutes later, he came down back to the beach, and he was pissed off. And he started rifling through my dad's stuff, my brother's stuff, and looking for the sand dollar, throwing their beach chairs all around. And yeah, my dad's like 55 years old, He used to be tough back in the day, but he lost his temper. And
but yeah, now he's dragging sand dollars.
He laid one right on this guy and about knocked him out.
He punched him.
So they got in a fight over the classic sand dollar drug by a string prank?
Exactly. My mom's sitting there freaking out. What are you doing? What are you doing? And this guy's walking away, and my dad's like, get back over here. You want some more?
Your dad may be a bad decision maker.
That's for sure.
Oh no, who's a bad decision maker? Your mother.
Yeah.
For marrying him.
Yeah, clearly. I can see how that may have happened if your dad, by some crazy miracle, was only 12 years old. But he's in his 50s.
You got a dumb dad, dude.
Yeah, you got a really dumb dad.
Your father is stupid.
Hey, it's my first time down in Florida. Sand dollar with the pulling.
We're going to confuse the locals.
It's going to be so funny. I found a shell, man.
He probably thinks sand dollars are like currency.
Probably.
He has 1 million of them waiting for them to become usable at some point.
That is no doubt true. The Friday Top 3 in a moment. What Hot Wings thinks on the way. We'll explain the Friday Top 3. It's a bit unique. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
Paul Stanley won an award from Speak with a Lisp magazine.
He did?
As most attractive man ever who speaks with a lisp.
Hottest lisper.
I did.
That's right. We're proud to be a part of the Kith Army. We'd be idiots to put out things fans don't want.
1-800-947-3979. In about an hour, we're going to revisit the closest thing we have to a Free Beer and Hot Wings Show Halloween classic. And that is, if you remember the song Monster Mash, you've probably heard it in some sort of TV show or whatever, because most of us weren't alive when that song came out. Bobby Boris Pickett was a guest on the Dude Shadoway show when he redid the song Monster Mash. Remember that song?
We're going to have to pull the Climate Mash, Joe.
Yeah, the Climate Mash.
Bobby Boris Pickett, of course, did Monster Mash.
Right.
And then he became a tree hugger. And before he died, he did a song, a version of Monster Mash. But, guys, he tricked it out a little to get you conscious of the environment. Because, what better way to get people conscious about the environment is to do a song about being green to Monster Mash.
Right. They go together so perfectly.
Yeah, it's a real, if you look at the logic steps, it makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
So Climate Mash was born.
Thank goodness, because the world is a better place since he changed the lyrics of his gimmicky song to what they are now.
Well, so the dude interviewed him, and he's now passed. I think in the last year or so he died, maybe 2. And yeah, that was a special moment.
It absolutely was. And if you missed that, or even if you heard it, it's going to be fantastic when it comes up again today. Dude with Bobby Boris Pickett later on. Meanwhile, the Friday Top 3 returns today.
This is former intern Kurt Busch penned this song for the Friday Top 3.
Yeah.
So it's just some guy ripped it off in an internet video.
Yeah, put it onto something else. But
I heard that. I don't think that video is going to catch on.
No, this is the original and done specifically for this bit.
Obviously. Friday Top 3. This time we sort of collaborated on the idea. That was the plan, but the idea was Zane's, and you were off and running. I'm going to let you explain it because it's your baby.
How often have we on this show used music to set up our content? Right there is a good example.
Yeah,
often. Kurt Busch's music to set it up. If there's a story. We're talking the baseball playoffs. You'll hear "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Well, yeah. We're talking about a farm. You'll hear "Old MacDonald" from Elvis,
right?
Something like that.
So it's everybody does that. No big deal.
Yeah, it's to sort of set the mood.
What you would never do is during a horrible, horrible story would we play a song that makes a connection through its lyrics or subject matter.
Yeah.
The worst example would be. Well, no, actually, we're going to do the worst
We're going to do the worst examples of those things that we can come up with.
What we came up with earlier, if on September 11th, we were reporting that we were under attack.
Right.
While playing Jet Airliner by Steve Miller. That would be ridiculous and absurd, and, who would do that? Well, we said let's use the most inappropriate songs we could think of for the most over-the-top, horrible news stories we can fabricate.
Yeah.
Okay? And then we were off and running.
Right. You guys had no problem thinking of these. I'm not particularly good at it.
I think the hardest part was narrowing it or changing because you would come up with them and then you'd think of something else when you'd hear another song. What I tried to do was think of a horrible scenario and then find a song that would be inappropriate to go with it.
Right.
But a couple of times I heard a song and then thought of a scenario that would go along with it, but those ended up being too goofy. So I didn't use them. Like one of them was, I decided that I would have a story about a woman named Rosie Martinez who was burned at the stake in a Mexican village for practicing witchcraft to the Neil Diamond song Cracklin' Rosie. But I thought, well, if that happened, we might actually do that because it's so absurd.
Yeah, right.
And then I had another one, a story about a woman busted operating a bestiality ring to the Cars song, Tonight She Comes. Very famous Cars song.
I was going to play Man Eater by Hall & Oates with a guy. Hey, guys, unbelievable story. A Cub Scout den mother slaughtered and ate an entire pack of Cub Scouts in Des Moines. And so, let's see what else I have that I didn't do. Oh, boy, no, that one. Oh, yeah, I wanted to play Doctor My Eyes by Jackson Browne. We're talking about a local eye doctor in trouble for allegedly performing LASIK while high on LSD. 15-year-old girl was blinded when the doctor jammed 2 Phillips head screwdrivers into her eyes, all while playing the song.
Yeah.
All right, well, Hot Wings is first.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go first.
Now, in order to do this, on our show, typically, Free Beer would take care of the nuts and bolts of the segment by, typical, hey, it's Free Beer and Hot Wings show coming up. We'll have Done With His Name Trivia, and then maybe he'll do a setup or give the email or something like that.
Right.
So just to keep for flow purposes, can we do it that way? Do you think does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah. Are you ready for the first song? I'll cue you when it's time.
You want to go 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Alex, you want me to set you up?
Yeah. Just do your thing, and then I'll just kind of jump into it.
Okay. Later on, we'll get to Hot Wings Thinks, or what Hot Wings Thinks, rather, 1-800-947-3979.
Guys, this is a devastating story. This is very upsetting. I can't believe that this happened. I just read this this morning. It's been called the worst fire in Ukrainian history. Overnight, 51 children died when an electrical short caused the country's oldest orphanage to burn to the ground, despite the efforts of 7 different fire departments.
Yeah, it's awful.
Again, these are obviously fabricated stories that we would not do this if the story were real, probably.
It's terrible, man.
Yeah, bad orphanage.
No
fire.
more disclaiming. If they get it
That's
in
the last
late,
one.
If they get in late,
We'll
too bad.
We'll disclaim at the beginning of the segment and the end. You're right.
No more.
I'm sad about those kids.
Yep. All right.
Do it.
Second awful story. I'm ready.
Okay. You want me to have a free beer lead in again, or just go with it?
No, definitely need a lead in.
Okay. All right. You're going to have to do this a million. You're going to have to do this for yourself, dude.
That's all right. I can't not do it anyway.
Okay. All right.
So that's, like we said, Dumber Than Zane Trivia, presented by Cat Footwear. That comes up next Thursday.
Boy, this is a devastating story, guys. You won't believe what happened. I mean, we've talked a lot of times about terrible hazing initiations and rituals. Well, a brutal attack has turned completely deadly overnight. A young Amish man has rectally bled to death following a gang sodomy that took place over a 4-hour period as part of a Rumspringa ritual gone too far.
Boogie and doing the butt.
That's EU and friends.
I considered a very similar one using Eddie Murphy's Boogie in Your Butt.
Oh, no.
That's right. An Amish man is rectally bled to death.
As soon as you said rectally bled, if you were to listen back to it, rectally bled to death, that's when the hook hit. Right.
That would be absolutely inappropriate if that were a real story.
It would be.
It is a real story.
That would be very, very
real story.
That would be very, very terrible.
All right.
That is terrible.
Free beer, please. Song 3, or setup 3.
And so podcasting, just one of the many benefits of VIP at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Sad story out of California this morning, guys. A group of 26 mentally challenged grade school children.
Wait, no crack-ups.
This is a real story. You can't.
Crack-up penalty. Come on, Hot Wings.
He is gone.
Oh, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough.
All right, we got to start it all.
Yeah. All right. All right.
You got to be solid as a rock, Hot Wings.
Okay. All right. All right.
Stoic.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have seen Tom Brokaw giggling.
No, Cronkite.
Yeah, all right, this is a real story. We're giving this is all real news.
All right.
River, please.
So, and as we said, the photos of Zane browning his pants at the Knoxville Speed Game available at freebeerandhotwings.com.
God. Terrible story out of California this morning, guys. A group of 26 mentally challenged grade school children died in a fiery crash after colliding with a gravel hauler on their way to the San Diego Zoo. Counselors will be on hand to help students having trouble dealing with the tragedy.
It's a boring day and there's nothing to do. Let me get a load of retards and drive them to the zoo.
Wow.
Jesus.
You're right. Gee, that song wouldn't have been inappropriate any other time but with that story. That song would be completely appropriate at any time, as long as you don't have that news story there.
I'm beginning to think you actually went to a record studio and had musicians record that specifically for it. It's called Taking the Retards to the Zoo?
Yeah, it's an old Dead Milkmen song.
Oh my
Nothing
gosh.
offensive about that at all.
Very few Dead Milkmen songs are offensive. Especially that
All
one.
right, of your 3,
Yeah.
I can't decide which one is my favorite. I think it was the one about the butt.
Well, the fact that an Amish man anally bled to death.
All right, what do we do now? You want to do another one? See how far we get with the next round?
I think in this case, in those stories, we'd talk about the Baptist Church in Kansas protesting at all of those deaths. First of all, if this was the real,
yeah, for sure, they would go to all of those.
We'll do the drawing for the next round to see who's coming up next. We'll get to what Hot Wings thinks in just a couple seconds.
Should probably get that ready, shouldn't I?
I will go ahead. Hot Wings, why don't you draw? You're out.
Okay, doke.
A subtle reminder it works.
Eric Zane.
Eric Zane is up next. I kind of think you should go last.
No.
Even though it's random.
No, mine are no better than Hot Wings.
They might be better than the other three.
No.
That's the case. They'll be made fun of.
Yeah, I will take it.
Zane is up next.
All right.
On the Friday Top 3. 1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
Here's what Hot Wings thinks. Hot Wings. What Hot Wings thinks.
Free beer, Zane and listeners. So like most state capitals, Frankfort, Kentucky will have a Christmas tree this year. Only the governor isn't calling it a Christmas tree. He's calling it a holiday tree, and that's making people mad. Yeah. Now, personally, this doesn't make me mad because I'm a Christian or a Catholic. It makes me mad because it's stupid. Now, regardless of the historical roots of the Christmas tree, it has for eons been known as a Christmas tree and has been used as a symbol for Jesus' birthday. Governor Steve Beshear administration spokeswoman Cindy Lanham says the holiday tree reference is meant to be inclusive of Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's. No. Well, that's stupid. Does that mean we can put up a tree for any holiday? Halloween, Arbor Day, Columbus Day? Hey, everyone, come check out my Take Your Daughter to Work tree. I seriously doubt that a Hanukkah menorah is going to be called a holiday menorah.
Right.
And I don't want it to be. I don't need to feel included in a Jewish tradition. It's their thing. The only people who want a Christmas tree referred to as a holiday tree are godless sissies who think that no one should be allowed to enjoy anything that they don't believe in. That's right. As though putting up a well-lit, pretty Christmas tree is the government's way of telling atheists to go to hell. Please, if you don't like it, move somewhere else. These are the same ass clowns who think that all kids should get a trophy at the end of a sports season, or who think that everyone should get to participate in any activity they want, even if they have no business doing it. Maybe we should incorporate other animals into Groundhog Day to be more inclusive to non-groundhogs who feel left out. No one puts up a tree to celebrate Thanksgiving or Hanukkah or New Year's. You put up a tree for Christmas. It's called a Christmas tree, you penis. I'm Hot Wings, and that's what I think.
That's your new opinion from Hot Wings. More of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show is next. I get paid a lot of money to tell you that this is the Free Beer and Hot Wings show.
A bouncer in Birmingham hit me in the face with a crescent wrench 5 times. And my wife's boyfriend broke my jaw with a fence post. So if you don't buy a trailer from me, it ain't going to hurt my feelings.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com. Today is the return of the Friday Top 3. Dude Shadowway later this hour with Bobby Boris Pickett. Friday Top 3 this time. Inappropriate songs used to introduce or compliment horrible news stories. Fabricated news stories, but this is the kind of thing that we say. It sort of started with just occasionally you'd see a bad story and go, oh, man, we'd never do it, but this song would be perfect for that. And, of course, you'd never do it because it's a real story, but fabricated stories, no problem.
Jackie, what happened during the break? You said you got a phone call from a frantic person.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got a call, and I'm not quite sure if it was boy or girl, to be honest.
That's what people think when they hear you.
But they were yelling at me at first, like, this is not funny. I don't see what's so funny. Why you're laughing? This is not funny at all. And so then I started laughing even harder at him or her, because I didn't know what they were talking about. And finally I was like, these stories are fake, which we said like 3 times.
Okay.
And then he or she flipped out. Oh my God, I was crying. You had me tearing up. I felt so bad for those children.
They didn't know they were fake?
No, they thought that Hot Wings was that big of a jerk.
If you tune in at the exact second that Hot Wings, that's awesome. Why I gave middle disclaimer. I think I'm back to middle disclaimer.
No. Because then I want to get the phone call and put them on.
Yeah, if I get a phone call, I'll put it through.
God. No. Of course they're fake. They'll find out later and be part of the gag.
When they open a paper and see that there's no story about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Well, the Friday Top 3, it's Zane's turn. 3 fabricated stories.
Okay. I'll need the same type of setup. I think I'm good. All right. Okay. I am ready.
Later this hour, Dude Shadoway. It's a legendary Halloween classic from the Free Beer and Hot Wings show with his guest, Bobby Boris Pickett.
Guys, awful story. In Davenport, Iowa, a baby's legs were so badly burned that they fell off after a deranged man is accused of roasting her over an open fire for 5 hours.
Very awkward. Hot legs.
All right. That's one. All right, song 2.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwigs.com.
Brick, New Jersey rabbi is in trouble after police say his penchant for 12-year-old virgins led him on a path to destruction.
How many people, as soon as the first lyric hit, thought has to be a virgin, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Still doesn't
Yeah,
matter
definitely.
if you saw it coming.
Damn it. That makes me mad that you sniffed it out.
No, it doesn't matter. You
No,
shouldn't
of
feel
course
badly
not.
because there was still detail within the
Okay.
fabric that made it fantastic.
All right. This is the third one here. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. And that's why that person is banned forever from listening to the show or visiting freebeerandhotwigs.com.
Horrible story, guys. A Queens, New York neighborhood is in shock as a 7-year-old boy admits to performing oral sex on his dead grandmother.
Not just his grandmother, but his dead grandmother. Steve, your head appears to be in your hands. That hit too close to home?
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
I pray the boss
memories.
just happens to be heading south in the Parkway through Toms River and happens to be listening to 105.7 and is able to hear that. Yes, that's right, Bruce. Your song was used for that.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
So those
All right.
those would all be inappropriate
Very
things
good.
to use those songs for.
Very
Those are
good,
all
yes.
true stories that we are laughing at.
That is not true.
There is nothing about those that is fictitious.
Now, wait. If I can't give middle disclaimers, well, that was kind of a disclaimer.
Again, we're doing the top 3 most inappropriate songs to go along with a tragic story.
We're doing the top 3
Really?
hot news stories of the day.
This is how you want to do it now? This is your approach? To go
What,
along
saying what it is?
with real news stories?
I didn't say real. I said to go along with a tragic story. These are tragic stories.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're all fake, as far as you know.
The next person up is Joe.
Joe, it's your turn.
Boy, there will be no restarts for giggling on this one.
We'll
Joe,
be here for a
Joe,
month.
just to be for the idiot and me, we're going 1, 2, 3.
No, we're going 3, 2, 1.
Glad I asked.
Yeah.
Question.
But I was going to say number 3 beforehand, anyways.
Joe, I'm going to look for you for a nod to fire the song, okay? And then is everything else what you wanted the way the other 2 ones have been done? Free beer setup? Okay.
Sure.
Ready.
This week's Joe Stunt. Joe will be out making out with his grandma, but until then, 1-800-947-3979.
Sad news today, folks. The 90-year-old woman known to the nation only as Jane Doe died today. This resulting from injuries sustained when she was brutally raped and beaten. Police are still looking for all 150 members of the motivational music group Up With People, who are seen clearly perpetrating these gruesome acts.
I can't believe that happened.
God, that is amazing. It sounds so fake, but it happened.
They used to be so wholesome.
Those animals.
God, I knew there was something about them I didn't like.
They're granny rapists.
Okay, Joe, song 2.
What a nice.
Joe, we're all set, man.
Okay, what is
Free beer,
your
you ready?
story?
All right, here we go. Free beer, go for it. You set it up.
Set up. True story.
Here we go.
I'll probably spend most of the week that we're suspended at home with my wife and our dogs. That's probably what I'll do.
Guys, very sad and shocking news today out of Grafton, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Police raided a house on the 300th block of the now ironically named Happy Baby Lane to find what they called the largest underground abortion club to date.
Dead babies.
A total of 33 unborn babies were found.
Alice just jumps in.
Alice Cooper.
I mean, that was perfect.
Looks like those babies won't be grabbing anything off the shelf anytime soon.
Back to you.
Back to you. No weather.
None of the weather. None of the weather.
Now here to talk high school football.
That one they did as a kicker story.
Now for high school football.
And we'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
I'm glad the email's not working.
Oh, I know it. How about that's a great blessing. All right.
1-800-947-3979. You can email if you do really want to call. Setup or none. 1-800-947-3979.
Joseph, you missed it. You missed your cue. It was a perfect time for you to jump in.
Yeah, I thought that was real.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Well, who cares?
It doesn't matter
still,
if it's real.
I mean, the other stuff he does is pretty much real, too.
Yeah, that's true. I'm so
Everybody was staring
nervous.
at him.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right. What we need to do is we need back. It's your fault, but Free now has to do it again. So you get it together.
If you missed what Hot Wings thinks, you can find it on the website at freebeer@hotwings.com.
Tragic news today, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Police Chief Andy McBickelson says there was no word strong enough to describe the horror he felt when he was called to the home of Dallas resident Blandria Tates. According to a statement she gave police, Tates drowned her children one after the other in the family's bathtub. She told the authorities that she had first drowned the 4 younger sons, followed by her 2 elders.
Tub, I put my feet on the floor. I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door. And then a splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was
back to you.
Back to you.
Okay. That's 3 in the books. Nice job, Joe.
You even kept your composure quite nicely.
So, for the record, the top 3 was top 3 inappropriate songs to go with awful news stories that we wrote.
But happened yesterday.
But are fictitious. I'm trying to keep Freeber on the playing field here, please. I'm trying to bring him back to the pack.
I already went along reluctantly yesterday because I was outvoted.
We did not. Did we vote? Was there a vote? I missed the vote.
Yeah, I said I didn't think this was a good idea.
Oh, I didn't get the vote though. I must not.
Well, we didn't vote because it was obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a raise your hand. I mean, we didn't need to go around the room and say who's in. It was me who was out and everyone else who was in.
By the time I walked in, you were like, "Hey, we got this great one. We're gonna do it." So I didn't know there was a vote either.
Oh, that is not helping at all.
No.
You realize we have plenty of show left to do.
Now, I can separate and say that I find them funny. The irony. I like irony.
Oh, man.
I just don't want to deal with it later.
Okay.
Who's next? Now, this doesn't mean we're stopping.
This is all satire. It's all satire. Okay.
Joe's we're extra satirical. By the way, Joe, way to make up news stories. I don't remember anyone named Brandria Tates at all.
I don't either.
Or anyone with a similar name.
No. I think my favorite moment was...
Dead babies.
That's got to be the first time that phrase has been followed by that song.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. Free beer, you're next.
Sweet.
And you're going.
I'll go at the beginning of
4?
At the beginning of the next segment.
Okay.
I think otherwise there's no.
Well, then we have a chance to figure out how we're going to work it.
We'll get them done. I was going to do one that actually really happened, and you guys know about this. If you want the song, it would have been the one that I had labeled as number 2. When we were in Knoxville on September 11th. Obviously, that day, horrible, goes without saying.
Yeah.
The hardcore rock station in town, one in a different building from the one we worked.
It was in my building. I know who did it.
They did a promo talking about that included a bunch of news clips of Peter Jennings and Tom Brokaw and everybody talking and people on the street crying to this song.
And one of the big things they were focusing on was people jumping out of the trade centers, and
I mean that was the context of all the news people.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually did this. I mean, we're doing what we're doing, making up for fun, but they did this seriously.
Yeah.
And you've got Peter Jennings go, awful tragic day today. I mean, you can see the video footage of people leaping out of the buildings and, this and that.
But the thing is, they weren't attempting to laugh at people who jumped out of the building.
Right.
They were attempting in a wrong way to say, let the bodies hit the floor, meaning the bad guys who
they were trying
bombed
to
our buildings.
Aim the song at the terrorists, but it didn't come across that way at all.
So convoluted.
And they played it over and over. They were so proud of this, and everyone in the world was thinking, how come you can't see it the way everyone else sees it? Which is awfully.
Even there was, except for one TV station who interviewed him and said, I understand you put together a nice little tribute. Yeah, and then they played it.
Yeah, every other radio station is doing like Proud to Be an American or Charlie Daniels Band in America or something else. And this dummy puts out that. Who's that, Drowning Pool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that was...
Yeah, good song for September 11th.
Awkward.
Stupid.
Well, mine for fake stories are up next. Steve will go as well. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 1-800-947-3979.
Get off my phone, you little pinhead! Get off of it!
Legendary Glenn Beck.
Yeah.
It is Friday Top 3 Day. We'll get to the Dude Shadoway interview with Bobby Boris Pickett coming up later on this hour.
Yeah, we have
that is a classic.
Call back to that.
That's a classic, including his remake of Monster Mash, which was Climate Mash.
Just Climate Mash, yeah.
It's perfect. It's
terrible.
It's like a perfect puzzle piece.
Yeah. I was begging for it.
Friday Top 3 today. Hot Wings, Zane, and Joe have gone. The topic.
Top 3. Inappropriate songs for fictitious, awful news stories. A lot of times when you hear about an awful news story, they just say it. What you'd never hear is a song that would accompany said story. Okay, that's about the best explanation I can come up with.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
even if the song would be perfect, that it would somehow, well, in most cases, the wrong way accentuate the story.
Yeah.
It still wouldn't do it.
No.
So it meant we had to kind of do some work. Go ahead, find a song that we think, and then actually write an intro to a story. Police say 3 people are dead today as a drive-by shooting in downtown, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we were doing it in a way where Free Beer would set us up by saying, okay, here's our website address, give us a call anytime, and Dumber Than Sane Trivia come up a little bit. And then whoever's turn it would be then on them to fire the song at the time they thought it was appropriate and deliver the news headline. And there's usually some crazy irony involved with the song and the headline.
Pretty straightforward.
What order did you say again? 1, 3, 4?
1, 3, 4.
Gotcha.
All right.
So I'll do the setup.
You want to set up?
Unless
okay.
you want to do it.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So, I've got another story coming up, guys. About another deranged parent at a hockey game. I'm sick and tired of these people. So, I'll tell you that story in about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. Listen to this, guys. This is leaving people in Lawrence confused and uptight as a shocking sexual assault has happened once again as yet another Weight Watchers meeting interrupted by an armed serial sodomizer.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. And when a girl walks
serial sodomizer.
A serial sodomizer.
At a Weight Watchers meeting.
At a Weight Watchers
it's happening
meeting.
at all of them.
Those are terrible.
This is the 5th one today.
I hate that.
I love this song.
big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. And when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and around.
Police are hoping for a confession.
All right, 2.
Number 2.
No, yeah, I'm doing 3.
Or yeah. Yep.
All right, ready?
This one
okay,
a little more gruesome.
Hot Wings, do this one.
Okay. All right. Don't forget we have a lot of new things up on freebeerandhotwings.com. You can check out that this weekend. And also this weekend, don't forget, the clocks move backward, fall back an hour over this weekend.
Guys, breaking news, terrifying from the campus of the University of Southern California in Los Angeles. 4 students wearing masks and loaded with weapons entered campus and began shooting indiscriminately. 44 dead so far, 125 injured.
Wow.
Probably not the best time for the Southern Cal fight song. I missed my timing. I should have done it earlier. You can make fun of it if you want.
No,
I won't be offended.
No.
All right.
The last one.
I didn't get it, but.
You didn't get it? Really? You didn't get it? I'm not saying it's hilarious.
No, I was too busy waiting for the cue. I couldn't listen to your story as well as I wanted to.
Did you follow it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I didn't.
I got it. I agree. I would have started it earlier. But yeah, that's just
I meant to start it
I think
earlier.
I'm stupid.
I got
That's what it
distracted.
is. That's what I'm saying.
Joe, did you understand?
No.
Steve?
None of us in here did.
I guess it helps if you know what their fight song
pretty big
is.
failure then. Yeah, if one out of everybody got it, yeah, that sucked then.
Well,
the last one. Oh, who's suing the setup here?
Oh, all right. Okay, so looking forward to that. Now, we have been asked to bring back the Wheel of Bad Games, so we have done that, and we'll actually spin that stupid thing one more time and get our game, and we play that in just a few minutes.
Guys, a Boca Vista man shocked his family today at his daughter's confirmation by announcing he was leaving his wife because he was in love with his daughter.
See, now we're talking.
He startled family members when revealing that it started as a one-night stand but became something more. He also has sex with his son. Thank you, Red Sovine.
Is that who that is?
Of course.
Wait, that's Red Sovine?
It was Red Sovine.
But he didn't start it off with woo.
Oh,
no, that one has that one has real singing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't about. It does stick to the theme of raping kids.
The theme, you say?
Of all his songs.
This is a remix.
No, it's the original.
Is it the original?
I'm waiting for him to come in. Well,
he's right at the end of this. You can hear him.
Well, I was driving by a schoolyard one day in my windowless van.
I wonder if he has any family that lives where they might hear the show.
Oh, they hated him anyway, because he always tried to stick his finger in their keisters.
I told him I had bomb pops, but that was a lie. I did not, except in my pants.
Those chloroform.
I just heard the guys on the radio say, Pop Pop touched me.
Well, how'd you like a flesh-colored bomb pop?
Tragic news today. An entire middle school was penetrated by Red Sovine.
Well, they were mesmerized by the space in my teeth.
Well, one time I got 4 of them at once. I told them that I needed help getting a recliner into the back of the van. Then I closed the door.
Did I tell you I invented the shocker?
So that's mine.
All right.
It's been so long since we had a good Red Sovine breakdown.
I thought you'd like that.
Well, we wouldn't so mercilessly attack him if he wasn't a child rapist.
Fact, Red Sovine did not rape children before his death 20 years ago.
We wouldn't attack him as much if he didn't sound like he was a child rapist.
It is a fact. I'm reasonably certain.
Steve?
I'm willing to stake my reputation on it's a fact.
Steve, we are set, man. It is all you. By process of elimination.
You look excited.
Lots of sad stories to report today, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna set you up as usual. Free beer. We could pass the honors back to you.
Joe, don't forget we have those guests coming in on Friday, and Kevin Nealon, interview with Kevin Nealon available at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Well, guys, by now everyone's heard the story about the Wayward Northwest flight that flew about 150 miles past its destination. Luckily, Luckily, it landed safely. Everybody's okay. Unfortunately, it happened again, but with some unfortunate consequences. The plane ran out of fuel and crashed, breaking into 1 million pieces. No, nothing.
Is that how it felt when I did my USC one?
Pretty much.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all right.
Mine did suck.
That's all right.
Broken dreams.
Yeah, mine.
Well, planes don't break into
It's
dreams.
Broken Wings. The song's called Broken Wings.
It is called Broken Wings. Yeah. All right, Mister.
That's why. I mean, that's
Yeah,
why
you really lost Zane on that one.
When I fade on these, I fade hard.
You are all in or all out.
Well, then I take it back.
I don't get what the song Token Creams has to do with anything.
Thanks for taking the heat off, buddy.
Bingo jet with a light on. Excuse me while I kiss a guy?
Oh, God.
All right.
Okay.
So, Hot Wings, we'll get to your commentary again on Monday. That's coming up then.
All right.
Guys, I'm sure you've all heard by now. It's a really big story. Everybody's talking about it.
Uh-huh.
A couple hundred Asians are dead tonight following a massive collapse at the Great Wall of China.
Asians.
Not Chinese, just Asians.
Yeah.
More broadly speaking.
Guys are dead.
Some fell on the Mongol side.
We should have had Steve do 100.
Yeah.
Steve's 100 news stories ripped from the not headlines.
All right. One more.
Mm-hmm.
This is our 15th song.
Don't forget,
very last one.
as you do this, Steve, your girlfriend Meredith is behind you.
Yeah, she already gave me a pity pat on the back.
She did. I saw her do that.
Now, you're going to reference her website, cakefarts.com.
Cakefarts.com.
If you want to see Steve's girlfriend's butt.
It was strange as the day went on yesterday how many emails we got saying, what was Steve's girlfriend's website again? People who somehow missed the rest of it.
Cakefarts.com.
Don't look at it at work. You'll get fired.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Steve. Don't forget, Steve is updating the website constantly. There's new links for you every day at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Well, guys, another sad story out of Springfield. Another priest is under investigation for inappropriate contact with an altar boy. He allegedly approached the boy after Sunday service and attempted to penetrate him from behind.
Wow.
Imagine an actual news story where guys just, they tried to penetrate him from behind.
Actually get into that kind of detail?
What? Back to you.
Back to you, Tom.
Here's John with sports.
Okay. That was good. Thank you. No, I'm pissed I didn't get the Broken Wings one. Broken Dreams? That doesn't make any sense. You're stupid. Idiot.
Dude Shadoway with Bobby Boris Pickett. It's a Halloween classic. That's next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
To get on with the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show, have something interesting to say.
You got served. It's peanuts.
Or be a huge idiot.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. The way our email's working today is if you send us an email right now, we should get it in about 90 to 120 minutes because we're now getting emails about bad candy treats and what Hot Wings thinks from the first time it aired today.
What a drag.
It's kind of bad.
Like having email access.
Delayed reaction. 1-800-947-3979. This is Matt joining us. Hi, Matt.
Hey, morning, guys. Hey, you guys got to stop playing, doing all these sad stories.
Mm-hmm.
I have never cried so much in my life from laughing my ass off. You guys are hilarious.
Well, if you're just tuning in, Matt's referring to our Friday Top 3 that was the top 3 each of us had to present inappropriate songs for what would be horrible news stories if they happened.
Right. I hope we do this again because I had a fun time doing it. Boy, man, like I said, I started with 3. I threw all those out. I did 3 more. I threw all them out. And then again this morning, I did it all again. I threw them out.
We could do it as a segment where listeners would get a chance to play along, where we make up the news story and have, it could be a game, 4 listeners on the line, and they each have 5 seconds to think of the song that would be best to be incredibly awkward for that.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
A Red Sovine update.
Oh, great.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What are you saying?
I'm sorry?
Yep, go ahead.
What's on your mind, Pat?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to tell you guys that Red Selvine's family does live in a place where they can hear you.
Oh, they do, really?
Yep. Nashville, home of corn feeding and inbreeding, brother.
Oh, I don't say that. You get people pissed off.
Well, it's all satire.
Family trees around here grow tall. They just don't branch out a lot.
Oh, man.
Alienating everyone in your city. Thank you, Pat.
Jeez. Red Sovine. Yeah.
He provided a lot of joy to truckers.
It's in your butt.
Oh, boy.
Daddy's girl. Daddy's girl.
So fun.
Can you imagine Red? Red's like, well, bring some new girls in to sing the chorus this song. I'm almost ready. There we go. I like that.
Well, I'll never forget that first year I played Santa.
Again, he's not a pedophile.
Joe. He ripped chords. He said, nope.
Christina in Nashville. Hi, Christina.
Oh, hi.
Hi. What's on your mind?
I was actually wanting to,
Red
I was
Summer.
wondering if y'all would ever talk about something that I think is very hilarious, and I just had a perfect example from y'all's show that I just heard.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what?
People who are doing advertisements, they should know how to pronounce what they're advertising.
Okay. Agreed.
I do agree.
That is an excellent random call that was not what you told the call screener.
Stay on topic, please. Stay on topic, please. Stay on topic, please.
I would, though we all agree with her in principle, since the show is on, 19 stations, not everybody heard the same advertisements.
No.
During that time.
I'll have slapped the piss out your stupid ass.
Shut your mouth, you stupid bitch.
Well, that's very clear.
Who played that?
Joe. It's out of control.
Red Sovine.
Red Sovine's family. Dude Shadoway does a lot of celebrity interviews. One of them, in fact, with a Halloween legend with a novelty song, Boris Bobby Pickett.
Right. Or Bobby
Boris Pickett.
As he'd like to be known as.
No one
We are
has a
now
nickname
12
of Bobby.
And 4 minutes away from our big engagement tonight.
Our encounter.
The new Hard Rock Times Square with Bobby Boris Pickett and Little Steven's big Halloween bash. Be doing Monster Mash.
Well, it's going to be
fresh off the big Dude Shadoway interview.
Oh, I know it. I mean, listen to that.
This is absolutely unbelievable.
Terrific.
When I was in 4th grade, I played Dracula in a school play, and I had a pretty sweet Dracula voice. Everybody wanted to hear it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I bet you did.
I actually had kids coming up to me going, do your Dracula voice.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You were famous for your Dracula voice.
Oh, yeah. I kicked ass. That was great.
That's good, because your lips are already pale like a vampire.
Yeah, I didn't need any makeup. I had a purple wig.
A purple wig?
Yeah, because all Draculas have purple hair. You know that.
I didn't know that.
They did at my school.
What?
No doubt I had an apron made out of a table, or a sash made out of a tablecloth.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to see a picture now, because I bet I look like a moron.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
Of course, that was his big song. And we've got Dude Shadoway interviewed him, and we'll get to that in a couple minutes. But the reason Bobby Boris Pickett was doing interviews was because he has a new song out called the Climate Smash.
Or Mash. We actually
Climate Mash.
Climate Mash. And we've got it linked on the website. Go to other links and see this dummy tree hugger's website. He's big on the environment, so he figured he'd take his one hit, cram some words into it that don't fit the song, and put a silly cartoon together.
Yeah.
And it's one of the worst efforts we've ever heard.
I don't think we have as much an issue with his message. I mean, everybody has the different opinions on his message, but I'm cool with that. It's just more we can't stand the fact that he's trying to pimp this 45-year-old song.
Yeah,
again,
it's ridiculous, and the lyrics are stupid.
That's the other
And
problem.
by the way, it starts out different. It doesn't start out with the bong hit at the beginning. It starts out with like thunder and lightning. Trying to be politically correct.
It's environmental. Why would it start with a bong?
Yeah.
Might as well start with environment things like thunder and lightning.
Werewolf.
Hiking
and werewolves.
the White House late one
one night, when our eyes beheld an eerie sight, the president appeared with cloaks very strange, the zombies and vampires of global climate change.
The zombies and vampires of global climate change.
Those are the worst zombies and vampires there are. The ones about global climate change.
I hate those ones.
The zombies and vampires of global climate change. It's not global warming, say oil company disciples. Our math tells us it's natural weather cycles. These claims from industry heavies let the president rest behind his own protective levees.
Yeah, good meter. It's got some real good, strong rhyming, and everything flows just like the original.
Because everybody wants to put heavy rhyming with protective levy at some point during a song. Who wouldn't think
Everybody
that would
knows
work?
levy rhymes with Chevy and nothing else.
Well, and and everybody knows that a good song also, the quality of it, usually one line has 2 words and the next one has 17. That's how it goes. Everybody knows that.
Levees. They're doing the climate mash. Real science is bash. Solutions are trash. And they do it for the cash. The creatures were having fun. Our Congress was overrun. We couldn't tell the mindless zombies.
We should walk up to him tonight and say, I really like your original, but what really gets me going is the new one. That's the great effort. Climate Mash. Way better than the first.
Because the first, was just fun and stuff. But this really had a message that really,
and it's
really hit hard for me.
The words are much better.
And with you being the powerful performer that you are.
I'll give you $50 if you get him to sign any part of your chest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But you need to bring it back on Monday.
Oh, it'll stay. I used to do it in a Sharpie.
A Sharpie, that'll last for weeks.
If you could get Bobby Boris Pickett to sign your chest.
Oh, man.
That would be the most ridiculous thing
I don't know
ever.
how it'll stick, though, with my greasy Arab skin.
I don't know. We might have to overcome that one.
From the elected ones. Now we can stop this. We have the technology.
What a douchebag.
But first we have to get past industry ideology.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We need your help. I'm glad to show you how. Tell your leaders in Washington to save our climate now.
You're doing a heck of a job, zombie. Hey, the snow melted. Great. So we can drill over here. Hee-haw. And here.
That's real
and
creative.
here.
Good.
And
Can't believe they got Burt Reynolds to do a George Bush impression.
That's so terrible. And I still I still maintain that it sounds like he's just reading a pamphlet and trying to shove it into the music of the song.
It does certainly
It's like you could take that with anything.
1-800-947-3979. Well, without further ado, you want to try it, don't you?
You want to try it, yeah.
What song do you want?
I'll do it.
Do you want Monster Mash?
Anything that has an area where I can fit it in, I guess.
Joe wants to do Sneaky Snake, but there's too many words in Sneaky Snake.
Sneaky Snake doesn't work.
Yeah,
I don't know what song you're going to do.
Well, just do that one again, and I'll just try to go over the top of the lyrics.
I don't know. This might lay an egg here.
Oh, it might. I'm just going to impersonate him doing Climate Mash.
Come on, you can do it.
Okay, here we go. A Texas prosecutor asked Thursday for an email sent and received by Tom DeLay as part of an investigation and scheme. The latest subpoenas issued by District Attorney Ronnie Earl request correspondence to and from email addresses belonging to John Colorado, Jim Ellis, and Warren Robold. He did not ask DeLay to provide emails. Colorado was executive director of Texans for a Republican majority. See? That's all he's doing.
We found another one. That's right up there with Gumshoe and all the other ones.
I like
Tony
that
Danza.
as much as I liked your CSI song.
Oh, yeah. I love that
right
song. That was awesome.
Yeah, well,
you made the
you.
promo with that. That was great.
Thank you.
You've made the promo. How about that?
So stupid.
All right. Well, this is his big song. He's doing the Climate Smash for cash.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is the Dude Shadoway interview. Dude, of course, historically struggles with getting his facts straight.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Like me. Here he is. Bobby Boris Pickett with Dude Shadoway. This is how it went. Listen for the uncomfortable pauses and the maddening anger.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bobby. It's the Dude Shadoway Show.
How you doing?
Good. It's producer of the Dude Shadoway Show, Dan Jansen. How are you?
Okay, I'm doing good.
Good. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Fantastic. I'm going to transfer you in. He's just wrapping up some nuts and bolts segments with traffic and weather and everything else, and he's going to...
Coming up in just a few minutes, traffic and weather together at the 1.5 and on the Celebrity Hour. Next hour, we'll talk with, that wily kitty named Boots that was always running away from Alf in the TV series. But right now on the live line, just in time for Halloween... That legendary that legendary singer who's got a hot new tune ripping up the charts. Please welcome the one and only Bobby Boris Becker.
Becker?
Hello?
You mean Boris Becker? The tennis player? I didn't know he could sing.
You're throwing me off with the nutty voice there.
Well... Pull yourself together, my boy.
Oh, boy. Someone talk. Someone say something.
Okay.
Power Stereo FM with the dude high up here in the playpen with a legendary rock and roller. Join us up here in the live line today. Who we got beaming in?
Tom Cruise.
Oh, come on, the dude knows better. This isn't Tom Cruise. We had him up here last...
Bobby Pickett, who sang Monster Mash.
There we go. That's more like it. You were throwing me off with his silly
voice.
You
threw me off with Boris Becker.
Silly voice and such.
Yeah.
One and only Bobby Pickett joining us up here. Oh, boy. And says here you got a hot new tune. Talk about the new record.
It's not a record. It's just something we did for the Internet. It's a spoof on Monster Mash, and it's...
That's funny. When I heard the song, you sound a little different than, like, right now. Could you do that voice?
No. In a word, no. This is my morning voice, and you're going to have to live with it. or else.
That's what I'm talking about. That's taking us back. He had that hit record called A Monster Show Mash.
No, not the Monster Show Mash. The Monster Mash.
Go ahead, take it away. Sing a couple of bars.
No, thank you. But you can, and I'll do the chorus. I want to plug my new book, Monster Mash, Half Dead in Hollywood. It's available off of my website, themonstermash.com.
Power Stereo FM with the dude high up here in the playpen with Bobby Boris Becker, who's got that song that's driving all the Catholics crazy called the Monster Mass.
You know something?
What was the
If
inspiration?
you don't get my last name right, I'm going to hang up on you. I am not Bobby Boris Becker.
I have to apologize. I'm getting some wrong info here. Hold on, the producers. You're going to have to give me the damn right information. He's getting all pissed off. We're going to start this over, Boris.
What's your name, sir?
This is the dude up here in the playpen.
The dude in the playpen. Well, that's an interesting name. What's the genetic background on that one?
Power Stereo. Please don't interrupt the dude. I'm a seasoned professional. And,
I'll tell you what.
Don't like to try to take over the interview.
To catch my attention, because this is getting pretty weird.
What was it like when you came up with the song In the Midnight Mash? The old, when you were doing Wilson Pickett.
I'll tell you what, dude. I want you to have a safe and happy Halloween. Goodbye.
The legendary MASH, Hawkeye Pierce. And Power Stereo FM radio. We can't thank you enough for the time. Good luck at the trick-or-treating. Hope you get lots of Mary Janes. And Power Stereo FM radio.
One of the longest pauses in the history of Dude Shadoway interviews contained within the Boris Pickett interview.
Oh, boy,
which is really saying something, because there are some long pauses in Dude Shadoway interviews, typically.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wig Show. Well, it's a great day out there, and it seems to be getting better all the time. It's
wow, look at that.
It seems like it's actually raining harder at this moment than it has been all morning, which would really be saying something, because it's been pouring since at least 3 o'clock when I got up and let the dog out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
It is a monsoon.
Should be more of this today, maybe a thunderstorm this afternoon. That's not cool.
Perfect. Even you go to the hockey game.
It is.
It
Be
is,
inside.
Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name.
Last night it was.
The Grand Rapids Griffins back in action tonight again against the Houston Aeros, like last night. We're joined right now by the captain of the Griffins, Jamie Tardif. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, how's it going?
Good,
Great, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Always
On a
good to
roll.
get up and do a radio interview after a shutout win, huh?
Absolutely. You know, I don't mind doing these interviews. You know, we got a little bit of a streak going here. It's a lot better, better atmosphere around the rink. That's for sure.
Well, we wouldn't call you if you were losing. That's for damn sure.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be answering my phone.
I don't blame you.
Houston comes in 6-4. Good team.
Yeah, you know what? They got a very good team. You know what? They're known for that defensive style.
Yeah.
You know, they're not the most exciting games in the world, and that's how they win a lot of their games. Is just solid D zone and pretty much like put teams to sleep, and then they come out and win the games.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But if I understand correctly, they kind of they don't make a lot of mistakes, and then when they see that opportunity, it's like you said, it's nothing fancy. But the problem is, if you run into a team like yours that's hot, that isn't making a lot of mistakes as well.
Yeah, you know, I think we got one power play goal last night, but yeah, you know what, their team works hard. They don't make mistakes, and you know what, it was one of those games where you know it's just back and forth, dump and chase, and you know, unfortunate for us, you know, we came out with the 2 points.
How pissed were you when you turned that puck over early in your own zone, and then dude came in, and thank God your goalie was playing awesome.
Yeah, I think I lost the puck right by you. I think.
I know, and I went, uh-oh.
I got caught looking at your mug through the glass.
Everybody was going, uh-oh.
Yeah, puck was bouncing over. I'm like, please, I don't want to start the game off this way, that's for sure.
Oh, dude.
When the goalie makes a big save off your turnover like that, you just go back and hit him in the pads with a stick and say, I'll get you next time?
Yeah, pretty much like, you know, I'll remember that. I'll buy you a beer here next time we have a day off here. I'll get you your next beer at the bar or something.
Yeah.
Have you ever been yelled at by a goalie? Sort of a, come on, get it together.
You know what? Not personally. The goalies normally save those comments for their defensemen.
I bet.
90% of the time, you know what, the D-man, you know, just makes like a mistake, whatever, stuff happens. But the forwards aren't normally, you know, we give the puck away, but you don't notice it as much.
Right.
Because the defensemen do, they give it away, and they end up getting a shot or a scoring chance off it. So.
I believe it. Jamie Tardif joins us, Grand Rapids Griffins. Griffins at home again tonight with the Houston Aeros. You guys, part of the deal in the AHL is you end up playing teams regularly a number of times in a short period of time, like, you know, playing a team 2 nights in a row. It's similar to a playoff series, not the stakes. Does it have a tendency to brew that bad blood between a team? Would you have a greater expectation for fisticuffs going into tonight's game than you would of last night's game?
I don't think so. You know what, if we were to play Abbotsford again, if we were to play them again on Monday, you know, knowing how that game finished off on Sunday, then I think it'd be
boy, they were mad.
It'd be a sellout here because it'd be more of a WWE kind of thing.
Yeah.
But,
real fussy.
you know what, the way the game went last night, there was nothing going on last night. I mean, both teams were just working hard, and you know, we want the win. It was a close game, where in Abbotsford it wasn't. So, you know what, not tonight. You know, makes it easier for the coaches and for everyone. You know, tonight we already went through their team, their video and stuff yesterday. So pretty much it's just the same thing tonight.
Yeah.
You know, so we just come in and just get ready for the game. There's not much X and O's coming into tonight.
Well, you guys are becoming feared because of your power play. All of a sudden, I mean, that team shot themselves in the foot a couple of times, which is not like them, and you guys took advantage of it. You got a power play goal, and so that's, I mean, when that thing's humming, look out. And plus your penalty kill was strong, and the first goal in North America, if I'm not mistaken, for Tomas Tatar.
Yep, I think the kid's only 18 years old.
Yeah, he's the youngest player in the American Hockey League.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's got a lot of skill, and you know what? Eventually, you know, confidence and everything builds with him, and you know, he's going to be a good player.
That is terrific. So he gets his first goal, and then you guys only needed one to win. Was his the game winner? Or was it was.
You know, he got the first goal. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was game winner. And then Larson stops everything, and now so that means in 2 games he's given up 1 goal. I don't want to jinx the guy. And hey, he should have had a shutout in that first one too.
No, I know. Yeah, they got that one with the 5-on-3.
Well, that's
hit off our own stick too.
Well, that was stupid though that you were at a 5-on-3 in that game because the Abbotsford a-holes jumped our guys, and we ended up 2 men down and out of that deal.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It was one of those. I mean, it's 6-1. You know, 3rd period. But you know, both teams have the next couple days off, so it was a tough game. But And you know what? It's good to be on the winning side of things. We've been on a couple of the losing side.
Yeah.
When stuff started to go bad. So
Right.
it felt good to be on the other side of it.
I was talking to the game ops guy, Rich Myers, and he said that, on a Thursday night, especially early in the season, you'll get a lot of the diehard fans, the season ticket holders, who will be at every single game.
Yep.
And they compose the majority of the fans. And so where you get a typical walk-up on a Friday night for Dollar Beer, Dollar Dogs, they aren't there.
Mm-hmm.
So you get those fans seeing it. So now we combine the walk-up and and what is, as Rich termed it, the backbone of the organization, the season ticket holders, for a night like tonight. And I wanted to mention, did you know that the league loosened their camera rules for gameplay, and that if you have like a flip video camera or a camera function on your cell phone, they allow you to tape now?
Really? No, I had no idea.
So now fans are taping things, and they're like posting it to YouTube or their Facebook page of their favorite player,
Smart.
or a big fight or something like that going down. You get all these different perspectives is what I'm getting at.
Really? No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah, well,
Good PR.
apparently it'd be better to videotape what's going on in the stands. Apparently there's a couple fights there last Friday or Sunday too, or whatever.
Yeah, they didn't have it on Sunday. Yeah, there was a fight in the stands Sunday.
On Sunday.
I heard right behind our bench. One of my close friends here works as a manager at the Harold Ziegler store in Granville, and he's like, yeah, right behind our bench, two kids just went at it, one jerseyed the other, and fed them about 6 uppercuts.
Yeah. Wow.
Security came down, and then they were just like best friends. They like, oh yeah, we fought. It's over.
Yeah.
We know we both got to leave, and it was, I guess
Then they went and got a beer together or something.
They probably did, yeah, no doubt.
I didn't see the fight. I saw the afterwards, and they looked so amicable. I thought there's no way that it had to just been shoving, but no, it was actually a fight.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That's
6
crazy.
uppercuts in a row.
Jamie Tardif joins us, captain of the Grand Rapids Griffins. Jamie, what do you do today? Because you had the game last night, you got the game tonight. What is the schedule for a professional athlete like yourself on a day like today?
Today's pretty, to be honest, it's pretty laid back. I mean, we come into the rink here. You don't, guys who played last night don't have to come into the rink this morning. It's kind of just an optional thing. Some guys are on the ice that may not be playing tonight, or some guys that didn't play last night that are going to be playing tonight. It's just pretty laid back. I mean, for a Friday, we got the next couple days off. We're having a big Halloween party, team party tomorrow.
We're at a Halloween party.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice costumes and stuff.
Okay.
So
what happens at a Griffins team Halloween party?
No comment.
Where's it at?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, just tell us.
Spill
the beans.
McGrath's house, but I'm not telling you where he lives.
Which part of town?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Why don't you tell,
within 20 miles of downtown.
What are you going to be?
You know what? I'm going to be from the movie Nacho Libre.
Okay.
That Jack Black there when he's in that wrestler's costume.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I picked that up at the Halloween USA or whatever in Alpine, yeah.
So you're going to be a luchador.
Yeah.
That's 2 plugs that Jamie's busted in during the interview.
Yeah, no kidding. You're really good at this.
I got to pay rent,
With what, Halloween masks and free oil changes?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, yesterday I was so hungry. I went over to so-and-so's restaurant. Boy, was I fed.
Yeah,
I was over at Subway with Bob and Sandy.
I haven't been there yet this year.
Well, you better get there. They're going to bust your chops.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Oh, boy. Well, all right. I guess we're looking forward to tonight then. Oh, one more thing. Paul Krosty, has he been a healthy scratch, or is he still under the weather?
Yeah, he's still under the weather. I think he's just slowly getting over it.
Really?
Yeah. So unfortunately, you know what? Was it Friday night? He had an amazing fight.
Yeah, boy, he did.
Well, he's a tough kid. Well, not a kid. He's a man.
Yeah, boy, he sure.
He's a tough kid. He's a boy. Man. A man. Man.
I love him.
Child.
Exactly.
Kid man.
He's
Sorry.
a big dude. Put it that way.
He is very, very imposing, I guess.
It is a single game D-Zone ticket night, by the way, instead of being part of the overall D-Zone package, which you can still get at griffinshockey.com/D-Zone. Tonight is, if you just had the time to go to one game, or you don't know if you can make them all, you can get 4 tickets for $52. That still gets you the chance to win the Red Wings tickets and in-seat service for $1 beer, $1 dogs. Jamie, we're looking forward to seeing you tonight. Looking forward to hopefully another one in the win column. Continued success, and enjoy your night tomorrow night as Nacho Libre.
Hey, thank you very much,
buddy.
Thanks, Jamie. See you, buddy.
The hockey game is the best game you can name, and the best game you can name is the good old
Jamie Tardif, Grand Rapids Griffins.
We got good goalies in that team. McCullum and Larson are both really good. Larson
really
was crazy good last night.
Yeah, he's very good.
Man.
You know how he said that the email is running about 90 minutes to 2 hours behind. We're just starting to get to the Friday top 3 emails. Just maybe 3 of them have come in. And
so who
actually
first?
4 of them. Hot Wings went first.
Yeah, I went first, yeah.
Three are approval, and one just says not funny.
Aha. Oh, boy.
Which is exactly what we would have expected.
Okay.
This person, Michelle, writes, thanks, guys. I was taking a drink during Zane's last tragic story, and I spit it out. Love it.
Tragic in quotes, of
In
course.
Quotes. That's how it goes sometimes. JT is in next. It's 97.9 GRD.